I love it.
Jay, you looked really different there for a minute, man. Were you like flashing back from another life or something? That was kind of odd.
No, I just got a haircut.
It was a slight color change there, but hey, that's cool,
It's just the way the light hits the haircut, man. That's all it is. Hey,
How
Heidi.
you doing? Welcome everyone to News on the Flip Side. I hope everyone's having a good day, good evening, good morning, wherever you are on our big, beautiful blue planet. We're just going to start off with fuck the Nobel Peace Prize. Look. Fuck the Nobel Peace Prize. So,
and you know what? The only war left is Russia. So if he times it right, we're almost at the end of the year. If he times it right, he nails the Russia thing and gets that turned off next year.
If he gets Russia done, that's 8 wars he stopped. 8.
That's 9. Gaza's 8.
Yeah. Oh, I thought they said Gaza was 7. Anyway, regardless, 8. It's a lot. And so the son of a bitch should have gave him the prize. The woman from Venezuela, I don't know. It's I was listening to him talk about her today, and she seems like a nice lady, a little activist, kind of crazy woman, but
couldn't give 2 shits about it.
Doesn't really seem like she can do anything. I mean, I'm just confused.
Well, I mean, it may not be as bad, but it's kind of like there was, I don't know how long ago, but it was when Bruce Jenner came out as whatever Jenner when he transitioned. There was a young black woman who was going to receive a rather prestigious Women's Collegiate Achievement Award for athletics, and they decided to turn around and give it to Bruce Jenner and the prize. I forget the name of the prize, but it was to do with bringing athleticism for women and making it accessible to all, something to that effect. And this poor college girl who was just graduating college, who won this award and was going to be given it later that year, was completely dissed because they gave it to Bruce Jenner, who was not only not a woman, but B, hadn't done anything sports wise in 30 damn years. So, I mean, why diss somebody if they've done, 7 wars? I mean, you would think, gee, if I can only get one more, then maybe I'll get the Peace Prize. No, you could do one, you should have the Peace Prize, you know?
Well, maybe it's because he hadn't got the Hamas deal cut through yet, but Nobel should have knew it was coming.
Still, though, 7 wars. I mean, come on.
I don't know what they want.
If he stopped one war, he should be given the Peace Prize. I mean, what is it all? If it's not a Peace Prize, what is it?
I mean, I don't know what they want over there. I mean,
is it a prestigious prize,
or is it gave Obama the Nobel Peace Prize after 1 month in office for
doing nothing? What did he do? He did nothing in that 1 month
for being the first biracial man in office. I don't like calling him black anymore because too many of my black friends give me shit about it. He's not black. He looks pretty black to me.
Well, I said it all throughout his election campaigns and his administrations. I said he's about as black as I am. Frank he is not a black man.
Well, one of my good friends, he always calls him an Oreo, and he said, Joe, he's as white as you are, man. I said, dude.
No, because Oreos are yummy and pleasant, and he's not.
He might be yummy and fuzzy, just not to you.
No, I don't know. He's not pleasant, is what I mean. I don't know if he's yummy or not, but he's definitely not pleasant.
The sexiness tonight is just too much, Heidi. Even I'm having a hard time. My heart's racing. Like, oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, Heidi, quick, call Linda, will you? Joe has duplicated again.
Yeah, like one of me's not enough. Oh yeah, Jesus. Yeah, the real thing's always better anyway. But so here we are with this young lady. Yeah. I just killed Jay by accident. Y'all just ignore his ass while he's choking to death over there. It was an accidental shot. Yes, it was one of those things. So where did I do it? I just had it out here a minute ago. So Nobel Peace Prize goes to Venezuela's Maria Corina Machado, like Macuccio. I mean, I'm sorry, that was disrespectful. Hey, I'm sorry, my coochie. I can't help myself. I don't have a coochie. Okay, whoever wrote that to me, if you don't know what a coochie is, just leave now. Just leave, and don't come to tomorrow's show either. No, really, if you don't know what a coochie is, just leave and go. I'm not going to explain it to you. Figure it out. What's that? No, I forgot. See, y'all got to tell me ahead of time. You got to write to me during the day and say, Joe, don't forget to get on Pal Talk. No, I didn't think about it. I was doing all kind of shit. I just never. Besides, this computer's been acting squirrely anyway lately. But
I keep forgetting that too.
So anyway, here we go. She kind of looks like the Mexican president a little bit, just a little bit younger.
Yeah, throw her up. Let's see a picture.
We're on the threshold of victory today. More than ever. We count on President. Listen. We count on President Trump and the people of the United States. Bitch, you got the Nobel Peace Prize. You know what we're going to give you now? The big fat bird finger. How's that?
Yeah.
Yes. You need to call them up and say, hey, you know what? I don't want that damn prize. I want Trump to help me out. Keep that damn prize. Because now you're going to be in the doghouse. I know it's wrong, whoever wrote that, but she's going to be in the doghouse. Yes, I mean,
how long ago, Woo Riders? Woo Riders is saying explosion at Tennessee military munitions plant.
Damn,
that's not Leavenworth, is it?
No, maybe they decided to get rid of some of the extras, huh?
Or yeah, they decided to get rid of all the green ammo, the stuff that was getting a little old. Brass was starting to sweat.
They decided to get rid of the coochies, man. Can't believe you don't know what a coochie is. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed for you.
I know what a coochie is. It's one of those things. It was like a type of car, kind of like a hot rod, right? Wasn't it?
It's not a tribble. Who the hell wrote it's a tribble? Well, I guess maybe, but no, not really. I mean, not in the way you're thinking.
Hello, Joe. What a way to enter.
Be furry like a tribble. Yes. Even though
Joe Fox just popped into the room, Joe, and this is what he has to say for us. Hello, Wave, and good evening, gentlemen. Fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah, Thank you, sir. Fuck Joe Biden too, man. Look, fuck you, Joe Biden. Yeah, that bird finger works good, people. Yeah, what can I tell you? So anyway, let me bring the coochie girl up here.
10 days in, Joe Fox. 10 days in.
It's 10 days in. It's is there something to listen to here? Let's see if she's a AOC baby. Oh yeah, we need some AOC. Oh, we're showing that when we need him.
Well, I don't think he's fully transitioned as to her as the new girlfriend yet. He's still on the Kamala because she's doing her book tour. It was the closest race in history. She got pummeled. She got scrambled like an egg.
Every time I hear her say that, I'm always like, you can't be serious, right? I always think she's
claiming it was the closest race within the 21st century, which is bullshit because there ain't been that many to begin with. Number one, number two, it's not. It's exactly the opposite. It's the media tries to back it up, but even for the media, it is so hard for them to just look at this. She's just a Trump supporter, or she's a woman.
Not really.
What does she do? This Maria lady, what does she do?
I don't know. I'm waiting. I'm going to put the video on in a minute. It's I don't know, everything's running real slow for somebody. Video cannot play due to network issues. Please check your internet connection. Yeah, we have an internet connection problems all night. No, it's we got all the coast cruisers in town, so all the bandwidth on the coast is like being sucked out of existence. That's why I ordered a new connection.
Silver per pound is $51 a pound.
Damn, that's good.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like 150 pounds of that stuff.
Silver's the new gold, people. Go out and get it.
What is that, Chris? I don't even know where I'm at the moment. I'm lost amongst the pages of the internet somehow or another.
Somebody broke the internet. $50 an ounce. That's nice.
It's colors. Trump's vision of peace in the middle. Son of a bleep. See, this is what happens when the internet gets squirrely. It's somebody was actually saying something nice about it and then decided to go bleep. Pete Hegseth, Christopher, that's who you're talking about. And he is a guy who runs everything.
He is extremely
good. I can't judge him. There's no way for me to judge him until he actually does something. No, all he's been doing is firing people and getting rid of people and saying, go take what down the road.
No, he's been doing tours. He's been going to different military bases and doing morality things.
Yeah, but that's not doing anything. That's showing off your tits, man. That's all that is. That's not doing anything. I mean, he hasn't ordered, other than the Iranian strike, he hasn't really done anything.
Well, isn't he ordering the isn't he in charge of the troops in Chicago and other cities?
No. What's her name is the chick from?
Christy Nome. It's Christy Nome. Yeah.
Homeland Security, is that who she is? No, it's the
DHHS or something like that.
Yeah, she's not Homeland. She's something, but anyway, she's the one in charge of the troops right now.
I think she's DHHS.
Yeah, she was on the roof the other day with her hand on her gun, saying, "Yeah, come on up here, bitch, and see what happens to you."
Yeah, and some idiot. There was some idiot in a chicken costume taunting her. I mean, what? You don't taunt somebody who's standing around a bunch of trained military dudes with big guns, and she has a gun. She appears to be a southpaw, though.
She is like, look, I'm sorry, Pete, you don't like what's going on. This is how it's going to be. Okay, here she is. Do we have her up there yet? Where are we at? I lost us. There we go.
I can get it up. Oh, that came out wrong. Sorry. There it is.
Tell me what you know.
It's up, but you'll have to put make the screen bigger if you want to play a video.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if it's even got a video at the moment. Look at her. She's so sweet. Look at that face. I mean, come on. That's a face only a mother could love. And maybe a couple of terrorists. I'm not sure, but what's that, Kirby? No, wait, hold on. No, it's got more to it. I'm on my page actually instead of it. No, I'm on the Facebook page. I'm not on the actual page of this thing. Here we go. Let's see what's next. I had a boob shot there for a minute. Whoa, girl. Okay, I'm not going to crack any jokes because this is a news show, but that could be a really good joke right there.
Looks like Sally Field.
She does kind of look, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's because it's just this picture. Oh, come on, people. This would be an easy joke. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it, but it could be an easy joke. I'm not sure what the hell that's supposed to be, other than some kind of coin. Somebody, whose head is that?
Probably some statesman.
Here she is again. So she likes these colors, man.
And wait, blue and yellow? I guess that's their country's colors. I don't know.
No,
where's she? Argentinian?
Green or something. Oh no, I'm thinking Mexico. Never mind. It's the wrong country. I don't know what the hell Venezuela's colors are. I just realized that I was talking.
Hey Google, what are Venezuela's country's colors?
I love you a long time.
According to en.wikipedia.org, the basic design includes a horizontal tricolor of yellow, blue, and red, dating to the original flag introduced in 1811 in the Venezuelan.
Okay, Google, stop.
She'd be hugging and stuff. Look at the people loving her. They just want to give her hugs.
What does she protest? She's just opposition leader. She's an opposition leader. She wants to go for the presidency or something.
Yeah, she wants us to come take out what's his name and give Venezuela back to the people. That's what she wants. She wants a democratic election. She wants this guy who's in charge removed and the whole 9 yards.
Oh.
But is Trump going to go do it? No, not to win Nobel Peace Prize. He's not. Now, if you go on national television and say, well, I really appreciate you giving me the Nobel Peace Prize, but I want to give it to Donald Trump.
Hey, Mark.
Now, you go ahead with that, and then it may rain hellfire on Venezuela. We're already blowing up their ships and shit.
They're blown. Yeah, we are. There are ships that are their flag city or flag state is Venezuela, and they're running drugs in the Caribbean, and they're getting blown to bits.
So let's see. What does it say? Despite serious threats against her life, she remained in a country and choice that has inspired millions. When authoritarian seized power, it was crucial to recognize. Get the fuck out. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. That came out the wrong way. So anyway, that's who won the Nobel Peace Prize, people. She hasn't actually done anything.
It's a good choice in car. It's a good choice in car, Heidi. She's got to go and find a charger real quick.
Yeah. No.
Get the V8
really
supercharged.
Hasn't done anything. Okay. Now, if she had freed Venezuela, I could.
Yeah, but I mean, all she's done is call attention to a crummy president. So what?
She didn't even get any of the political prisoners out. So anyway, look, lady, I'm fine with you. I'm not trying to hate on you. I know you're just trying to help your people, and I'm all good with that. But Maria, come on.
Where has she brought peace to?
Do you really think what you're doing is better than what Trump's doing? I'm asking you, Maria. You can write to us at iCarCockscott.net because I know you're watching right now. Okay. Oh, she's so sweet. I want to just give her a hug with her pretty white flowers. I thought she was looking for the aliens to come down. Man, let me take a look in this audience behind her. Huh. Not gonna say nothing.
Be looking up. So is she, or whatever they're looking at. Must be on a big screen or something. No one's really paying her any mind at all.
And because she's on the screen.
Everyone, even she is looking up. So
yeah, she's looking at herself on the screen. Anyway, I'm not going to mention anything else about the crowd. There's some stuff about the crowd. I'm going to be nice and move on. But anyway, that's your Nobel Peace Prize winner, and I hope she helps to get. Maybe she can talk to Trump and get Trump to blow the living shit out of Venezuela. But I'm really feeling. I'm just not really feeling it. I'm all for making Venezuela free. They up Venezuela and release that oil, and it could come to the States and the Americas. Jesus, oil would go down to around $30 a barrel. We'd be.
Well, hell, we have more oil here than they do. So why should we buy it from them?
No, because it's cheaper. it's cheaper to get it from them than from us, especially right there at the bottom of the Gulf. That's nothing. That's like driving over from Texas, man.
How is it cheaper if we mine it ourselves out of our own country? And
because their labor, because everything they do there is cheaper than it is
cheaper labor.
So for everything's cheaper. Products cheaper, labor's cheaper, everything's cheaper. So and then shipping it over, it'll be cheaper than what we would ship it for. That's one of the reasons we're dealing with Vietnam and kind of giving China the bird finger. China's going to have to get desperate if it wants to. I mean, one of the things it did the other day or today was actually kind of desperate, but we'll see what happens. Venezuela is in exile. That's what it's. See, the other article was misleading. It said she was staying in the country. Well, she's out of the country. She's reading right now. It's from war. That's why she got the war. In all war. Yeah.
Oh, Joe, I was on another page and you must have froze up. Joe. Well, it looks like we lost JoJo. That's unfortunate. But as you saw, just real quickly, 20 days, 1 hour, 17 minutes till Halloween. 47 days, 2 hours and 16 minutes until Thanksgiving. Yum. 75 days, 1 hours and 16 minutes until Christmas. Yay, I guess. And then 82 days, 2 hours and 16 minutes until New Year's. Woo! Yeah, he definitely froze. He'll be realizing he'll come in doubled up, Joe Fox, and we'll have to call in to try to get him to unduplicate himself. It's unfortunate. So glad everybody's here tonight. 10 days down our government, and they're predicting another 4 or 5 more days. They don't think it's going to be resolved by the end of the week. This is not good. So many, and the deadline I think for paydays is the 13th. I mean, look at my calendar here. That's only 3 days away. What is that? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. We are on Friday, so Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, Tuesday will be the time when everyone's supposed to be paid, and that's they're not going to be finished. They're not going to have it fixed, they think, until Friday this coming week. Horrible situation. Chuck Schumer is holding the government hostage for a ridiculous stipulation from the Affordable Care Act. I think it's criminal. I think if he even continues in office, he should be removed at the earliest possible convenient time. But that being said, hopefully, they get this stuff running again. I think it's just insane. What? And maybe someone out there can answer. I don't get this. Right? The bill that they need to get passed is just to fund the government. That's all that needs to be in there. Why are they trying to slide a completely different issue, a healthcare issue? Why are they trying to slide a healthcare issue in there when this isn't a healthcare bill? I don't understand that nonsense at all. Yeah, Halloween's my favorite holiday, Joe Fox. Love that shit. I have never understood this about politics. I've been, not a staunch follower, but when I was 18, I could vote for the first time. I voted for Reagan, and you kind of have to get informed if you want to know who to vote for. You can't just vote. Well, I guess you can if you want to vote across party lines, whatever. But you should also make sure that the guy you're putting in isn't an inept fool. And we've done that. The Democrats have done that, but we see the consequences. And now we have a guy in there who's actually doing his job correctly. And we've got 3 cities: Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, right now. And I'm not surprised that Detroit hasn't been mentioned. Oh, and Portland. Make that 4 cities that are fighting against federal law. They're going against a constant. The mayors of certain cities and the governors of certain states are violating their constitutional oaths by trying to interfere with federal law being implemented by the government. So I don't know what anyone out there thinks about that, but I think that several people, like Newsom, the mayor of Los Angeles, the mayor of Portland, probably the governor of Oregon, the governor of New York City, and the mayor or the governor of the state and the mayor of New York City should also be, all of them, I think, indicted on charges. They're not protecting people's rights. They're not protecting people's safety. I mean, during the Los Angeles riots, this 2 square city blocks, it's a big patch of city, were literally burning down around her ears. And she says everything's fine, everything's handled. And then the chief of police says, "Oh, everything's fine. We've handled it. We've called out to 45 different cities and states for extra aid." That's not it being handled. That's you guys letting your city and your citizens get burned and killed while you sit around and say nothing's happening. That's not governing. Anybody got any opinions on that? Did we lose everybody? Hey, Joe. Power outage?
I don't exactly know what the hell happened there.
I was showing the holiday. I was passing through the holiday calendars or countdowns, and then I heard nothing for a second. I came back, and you were like, so I'm like, oh,
not sure what happened there.
Yeah,
no,
you froze up hard,
on my end. No, it was just poof. I was gone. I was like, nothing was moving on the screens. Nothing was doing anything. I'm gonna have to really sit down and take a good look at this computer, do some cleaning on it. A lot of it though is the cruisers are in town they're pulling a huge amount. I just did a bandwidth test to see what the area was. They're just pulling tons of bandwidth, but
it's the event.
They only do it once a year.
While you were gone, I was speculating as to, so Schumer's got the government locked up with, what are we, 10 days in, and they don't expect it to be resolved by at least for another 4 days. So at least Thursday, Friday this week, next week, or maybe Wednesday. But the government needs to pay their constituents, the people that haven't been paid in a while. They were promised pay by October 13th. That's like Tuesday, I think. But what bothers me is, and why is this? It's a bill to just to fund and budget the government. Why are the Democrats trying to fund or slide in a healthcare issue into this bill that doesn't need a healthcare issue? That healthcare issue should be a separate bill. Why don't they introduce that into Congress the correct way as its own separate bill instead of trying to slide it in as a line item?
Because when your party's
that doesn't require it.
But when your party's
it's ridiculous.
It is. But when your party's at a 16% approval rating, you've got to do something. Anything.
Joe Fox thinks we're saving money. Well, that may be true, but there are also a lot of people in the government who aren't going to be able to pay bills and rent because Schumer's not paying them.
Well, somebody said, "Oh, it's not right not to pay the military," but with the military, it's a little different. First off, if you deployed, you're eating in barracks anyway, or on a ship, or, you know.
All your food, clothes, and everything are free. Facilities,
and so
sleeping places.
if your family can always go eat on the military base, they can even stay there if they need to. So
in certain cases, yes, not all cases, but many cases.
Well, no, right now they'll let anybody because of what's going on.
Well, not in a war zone, but in a military base.
But they're not. Your family's
like
not going to be in a war zone,
yeah.
Goofy. Your family's not going to be in a war zone. Your family's going to be over here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
Just
Dusseldorf would have barracks for people. I mean, I know Fort Stewart in Georgia has barracks for people on within the fence line. So yeah,
all bases have civilians on board. So I mean, that's just standard. And if you're deployed to Germany, you can take your family with you. You're allowed to, and they can go eat. They eat in the commissaries just like everybody else. I mean, in the cafeterias just like everybody else does. They go to school on base, the whole 9 yards. That's how the base. That's what a base actually is. A base is a city. It's actually a fairly decent sized city, to be honest with you. People are like, well, 2,000 people, no more like 25, 50, 100, 300, 500, depending on what base you're on. Yes, they're little cities is what they are. Sometimes they're big cities, but they run like that, and they're going to be civilians. Now, if we had war with somebody, you won't see any civilians on base unless they're contractors for something we're doing or somebody who's supplying weapons or something, intel or something like that. But
some of the secretaries, the military offices on base are sometimes local civilians.
Yeah, not during wartime, not so much.
Oh, not during wartime, no, yes, correct.
Doing wartime, they just pretty much want their own staff. But it's
during wartime here in the States, most of the officers will be civilian staff because most of them will be out deployed fighting. But
oh yeah, but whatever
Europe, that would be all us, all military, not civilians.
Well, Jack, I don't know why. The Venezuela chick seems nice. I mean, I just don't. She's not doing anything.
He hasn't stopped 7 or 8 wars.
I mean, she's like, hey, look, there's a war in Venezuela. America, can you come over here and kick their ass? Okay, that's cool. And I'm all with her. Let's go kick Venezuela's ass. But
has she
got the Peace Prize for this? So I'm so.
Well, what are the
oh wait, I got to tell you this. So I got thrown off of the Nobel Peace Prize site today. Because I was every person I could find that works for them, that does judging or whatever they do, I have a list of about 80 people, 85 people. So I went and I could find most of the political views. So I posted it: liberal, socialist, liberal. Then shit I've never even heard of before, and then liberal, socialist, liberal, social. There was no conservatives at all. There was no centrists at all. There was no independents at all. So, I mean, it's completely, absolutely 100% left leaning. No, it's NPR. That's what it is.
Joe Fox, the answer is Democrats. His question was, for those who can't see it, is how in the hell did we let our government get by or get this big and bad? And the answer is Democrats.
I have magic earbuds. People, look. They're earbuds. See them in there? Look how cute they are.
I wish I could find my earbuds. The few headphones I find that fit in my ears and don't fall out when I turn my head really fast.
For real, people here. Somebody asked me because they seen me wearing the other night. Look, see? I don't know if you can see them. They're so small. See the little tiny earbud. That's it right there. It's this little tiny thing. See, this is a case for it. Drop it in the case like that. Wave your hand.
I like them for doing the show because you can hear everything right here, and the mic isn't too bad, but they don't last full 5 hours, so I have to use them one at a time. So when this one goes out, I switch to the left.
My favorite feature, dun, 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 it's right there.
What's that?
Just put it. That's just a USB plug. See, it plugs.
Oh, okay, that's
folds
cool.
away, goes away, gets out of your way, and you can't see the lights in the front. Yeah, there they are. See the little lights. That lets you know how much charge the box holds. So the box is a charger itself. It holds a charge.
Yep.
So
mine is too.
So these earbuds, if I'm not using them a lot, they'll stay charged for about 7 or 8 days. If I'm using them a lot, 2 or 3 days. Well, they haven't been plugged into a computer in 2 days and they're still full. I was using them earlier today when I was outside. I was listening to music on them. So, man. Yes, they're nice to have. They're good to have. I don't use them for this kind of stuff because I don't know. Sometimes audio is really good. Sometimes it's not. It gets a little clangy. So anyway, so Putin said, and I said this earlier, that Trump should get the Nobel Peace Prize. Putin came out and said that. He's like, no, he should get the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, there was a spokesperson for this woman who said that she thought Trump should get the Nobel Peace Prize. See, I didn't even know because somebody earlier on one of the legacy media said, well, she's dead. I said, I don't think she was dead. I didn't hear she was getting it, approximately. I thought, I was like, no, I think she's still alive. Well, best I can see from reading the articles, I've read 5 of them now. It just seems like she's a woman who's standing up for Venezuelan rights. And instead of killing her, they threw her out of the country. And now she wants Donald Trump, and she said it in her own words, I want Donald Trump to come down here and remove the current government, which is supposed to be a democracy. Unless it's changed, and you can get Jay to ask or Google, because I ain't got Siri in here. Siri's in the other room. It's
what am I asking her?
What government runs Venezuela?
What type of government is Hey Google, what type of government is currently in Venezuela?
Venezuela has had 4 forms of government: dictatorship, authoritarianism, presidential system, and federal republic.
Hey Google, what is the current government of Venezuela?
Venezuela has had 4 forms
Hey
of
Google,
government.
stop. Okay, so it's one of those. Pick one. Roll the dice. I didn't roll a 5 or 6. Call it a reroll. I don't know.
That shit's too funny sometimes. James, today I was Alexa comes on in the middle. I'm just cooking. Alexa comes on and goes, "Hi, Joe. I have 8 new voices." I'm like, "Oh, you're schizoid is what you're telling me, Alexa. Would you like to hear one of my new voices? Did you know I could wake you up in the morning?" I'm like, "Alexa, stop." Alexa has gotten a little bit possessive lately, man.
They're a little grumpy sometimes. Yeah.
I mean, now she's calling me in my first name. Bitch, call me Mr. Joe.
Yeah.
Sir Joe, Master Joe would be better. I'm going to get in there and figure out how to reprogram this thing.
Joe Fox is saying his thoughts are with Sean constantly. Thank you very much for that, Joe. Yeah, we're thinking about him all the time. He'll be back in a few weeks, though.
He's an alien.
Yep.
He's from Neptune.
He's out gallivanting around the universe right now, doing all kinds of spacey stuff. But he'll be back once he's done spacing out.
No, y'all can still find him. He's still here on Tuesdays and Sundays. He's still doing the show, so y'all go catch him. He's just not with us. Well, because he was doing 4 shows a week. That's a lot. And these shows are long. This is anywhere from a 3 to 4 hour show, and Saturday's a 3-hour show. They're long shows.
Yeah, and I just came off
and
the
Joe
Davis,
and Jay's
which is a 2-hour show, so I'll be on here for this will be 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah, and Jay's always picking on him anyway, so he gets his feelings hurt.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, Leah picks on him. Leah told him she'd go smack him in the head.
Leah taunts him when he's on the brass pole. It's not fair.
I know she's harsh. And then she said she was going to tip him. She was going to tip him a Benji. Benji's $100. That's a Benji. Instead,
but she didn't. What she did is she went over and she tipped over the pole while he was on it. So she did tip him. She just tipped him.
And then she gave him a Lincoln. Y'all don't know y'all people. You really don't know your money. You don't know what a Benjamin is and Lincoln is. Oh my God, I don't want to talk to you people. Oh no.
Yeah.
I guess because you only know what a Visa is what you're telling me, right?
Let's just put it like this: Benjamin is the only non-president who's on a dollar, of what do you call it? A paper note, and he's on a very high paper note, for that matter.
Because he did a lot of stuff for the country. Yeah,
but he wasn't a president. He's not a president, so he shouldn't be on there.
But he was a politician.
So what? Everyone else is on dollar bills as presidents. Put him on a coin.
Thank you, Joe. See, Joe went and found for it. He's a good man. Look at that. I kind of was thinking it was a federal
president republic. Yes, but operates as an authoritarian. Thanks.
So it's kind of a half-ass government like ours. Half-ass government like ours.
They want it to look like ours from the outside, but on the inside, it's like, y'all papers, please.
Viva la whatever that it is.
Venezuela.
Venezuela. Venezuela. Venezuela. No, Chris, it was a play on Vini.
I wonder if their army marches in the same goose step that the Hitler army did. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. We got some weirdos listening to us tonight. I'll tell you one thing, man.
I always wondered if you look at,
are y'all on the Epstein list or something? Y'all scaring me.
You're a military guy, Joe. I got some military analysis for you. You got let's use America, England, Russia, and 1940s Germany. England and America, when their soldiers march, them it's uniform. It's like every footfall is at the same, but they're not lifting their legs up real tall, like stiff legged, like the goose step that the Russians and the Germans did. And I got to ask you, why? Because I mean, if you're going to have to walk and march, 250 dudes without vehicles, 50 miles, are they going to goose step the whole 50 miles?
No, that's parade.
What kind of march is that? Why is that there?
That's, it doesn't make a parade. That's what's called parade march. That's what that is. That's a parade march.
But our parade march is also a practical march, which you could use in the field to go and.
Well, no. So the regular march, the one that you use, the one you just, when you're walking in step. Yes, Chris, you have to walk in step, and it's just a regular old march. And you can tell because usually somebody's singing cadence, whatever the cadence may be, and there's all kinds of stupid cadence.
I don't know, but I've been told Eskimo pussy is mighty cold.
Sure.
And
do
whatever you want from that on after that. Yeah.
Well, they got them all. Mm-hmm. Yes. The last one I heard was, what was it? Left, right, left. No, wait. I can't remember now.
Well, if you watch, just watch.
That's what it is. It's left, right, left. My back is aching.
Yeah, Full Metal Jacket. Yeah. There's one where you can hear Arlie Ermy. He goes, all right, you're bouncing. This one guy is bouncing. You're not supposed to go up and down. But while he's giving the cadence, he corrects the dude in cadence. You're bouncing. It's very cool.
Yeah, there was all kind of cadence. I mean, you name it. They were singing it, and then
let me see if I can find one. I'll try to find a relatively clean one.
Well, no, it helped when you were marching. It was just to help to teach people how to walk in step. Yes, that's all it really was for, so that you'd walk in step. Yeah, walking in step. Everybody's feet goes forward at the same time. So their feet goes backwards at the same time. Yeah, it's just part of what we did.
I'm going to mute my mic so I can listen to this real quick. I'll be back in a sec.
No, I can't say no one about that one. Yes, I know which one you're talking about, but it's a little dirty. No, I mean it isn't. Well, it is and it isn't. Yes, but we'll save it for maybe tomorrow night's show. Well, my back is aching, my booty shaking. That's all fine and dandy. It's just that last part of the cadence is a little. It's a little much for live TV and radio.
Okay, Joe, I got they had this. This seems to be just the 3 minutes of the cadences that Arlie Ermy sang during the Full Metal Jacket sequences, boot camp sequences. Where are we R-rated here?
Yeah, we're F-rated here.
Okay. All right, good. So we don't have to censor it then. All right, so let me get this up on the screen then. So if no one knows what
F-rated, fuck you is what F-rated means.
This is just an interesting story. Now, Arlie Ermy was hired as a consultant to Full Metal Jacket, and what happened was the director, Stanley Kubrick, got a hold of a tape, which was Arlie Ermy. It was a cadence tape to teach other drill sergeants how to do the cadences to do their training on their troops. And once Kubrick heard that, he went over to Arlie Irving and said, "I don't want you to be my consultant. I want you to be my drill sergeant." Well, he was also had been a drill sergeant during the Vietnam War, so very well picked dude. And so as that is going on, let me go back to here, and these are that's not really a cadence there at that point, but you get the picture. I mean, and now maybe Joe can explain better than I can, but as far as I understand, the idea behind the cadence is wrong damn button again. I hate the idea of the cadence is to get your lungs into a certain rhythm for walking a long distance.
Well, it helps you with that, but it also helps you to stay in step. So when you're doing the cadence, you're thinking of cadence, you're just in step. It just teaches you to be in step without thinking about it. So that's what the cadence is for. So it's calling the step as it's going. And when they change cadence, if you hear his voice go up and down, that's changing the speed of the march or how fast you're going. It's very interesting, but it works very well. Think about it. You can hear how loud they are when they're singing. They're going around.
If anyone remembers the movie, they do all that. It was filmed on Parris Island in South Carolina. I've been there. Two of my friends that I worked at the rifle and pistol range in Georgia. Well, it was in Savannah. It was in South Carolina, but I lived in Georgia. One of them, OER's George Turjans, God rest his soul, was a master sergeant. Went on 3 voluntary tours to Vietnam. He went to Parris Island, and then another young man, I forget his first name. It's been so long ago. He was a rifle teacher on Incheon Range, and he got us on the base for a tour as civilians. I had no business being there, but George was a former Marine. He could go on there. But I was on that place, and you could hear the dudes when they were walking. It didn't matter where you were on that base. You could be right next to them. You could be on the other side of the base. You could hear the footfalls, and you could hear them calling out their cadences. It's that loud.
Oh, it's extremely loud.
It is, and it's very cool. I mean, of their boots hitting the ground at the same time. It is. I mean, it's like a drum corps. I mean, it's got a beat to it.
It gets a little crazy, and you got to watch yourself because there's tunnels and stuff on these bases, and you'll be going through yelling and echoing all over the place. And then you have to break cadence and you have to break step when you cross any bridge. You can't be walking in step when marching in step when you're crossing a bridge. And it's not just marching in step, Glenda. It's marching and running in step. Everything's in step.
Why is that?
Basically, when you're out there, you're just one person. Basically, that's basically what you are. That's kind of how you're trained.
But why do you break cadence for a bridge? What's the reasoning behind that?
Because you can make the bridge fall over.
Oh, it doesn't make you a better target.
80 guys. No. 80 guys marching. The bridge will start doing this.
Oh, I see.
It'll start to rock. And smaller bridges, like wooden bridges, small concrete bridges. Man, look, we forgot one afternoon. We were in a hurry going somewhere to some stupid class, and we went over to. Oh man, our company command come unglued on us. That freaking bridge was doing this, man. It was insane. It was just 80. We were in what they call a speed march or a high march. And because we were kind of in a hurry, but we were in step, and man, that bridge just went to shake, and I was like, get the hell out of here. What was that? Micah, like Micah Hanks, Micah. Oh, I have talked about that before. Yeah, positive motivation. It's cosmonauts. That's what they call them. Yeah. That's for like when if Jay was bad, and they had the discipline. They sent him positive motivation, but most of the time, when you were a cosmonaut, it was because you were going home. It was like, so if you have been in the military, it's kind of hard to explain, but
the morale boost for everyone who's still stuck there.
Yeah, no, not that. That's not what I'm talking about. So for positive motivation, you become brainwashed when you're in boot camp.
Oh, I see.
That's the only way I can explain it is you just become brainwashed. You heard him singing, I love the Marine Corps. You're not going to hear a civilian running around screaming, I love the Marine Corps, maybe once in a blue moon, but these guys are
Uncle Sam.
So and they're happy about what they're doing. So the longer you're in boot, and usually we went 14 weeks. I think the Marines go about 14 weeks, and you're pretty well brainwashed by then. So what they do is they send you to these courses, and it's not just about behavior, because you're also now a trained killer. No one leaves boot camp without knowing how to kill somebody. That's just part of it.
Yeah, you're either going to wind up being good with the rifle, the shotgun, the pistol, or the knife, or one or two of those. Not everybody's good.
To get out of boot camp, you have to qualify with at least one rifle and one pistol. You have to qualify, and you have to be able to run at least 3 miles under. I believe it's under 21 minutes. Or 19 minutes.
I'm saying this is the lowest qualification for a rifle. You're not going to be going around making assassination shots usually.
So if you want to qualify and it's a 20 for 20, you're going to have to hit at least 11 in the bullseye. Most of us were anywhere from 17 to 20. Oh, I shot 20 for 20, but I hunted when I was young, so it was easy for me. Well, I got all 3 of my badges so easy because I used to hunt deer, long range too. So for me, getting marksmen, snipers, and sharpshooters was easy. That's not necessarily the order they came in, Micah. But no, actually, I have to go look at my little badge and see. But my company commander was so impressed the first day I went out there. I'm sitting out there with an M14, not even an M16. And he's like, all right. So they pull up the target. First target, 75 yards, 20 rounds. I wasn't even hardly looking ahead. I was like, he came back and hit me back the head, and I still didn't miss. And I was like, he said, he looked there, he says, that's 20 for 20. I said, I can see it from here. He said, damn, you got good eyes. I said, 75 yards ain't shit. So he comes up, the next one's not quite 200 yards. It's like 185, 195 yards. So I'm sitting there with the M14. He said, oh, you're going to get 20 for 20. I said, on this? I said, man, I've killed deer long range in this. He's like, oh, I said, oh, this ain't nothing. So I'm sitting there, and they allow you to put the gun on this little slot thing. I said, I don't have to hold it? He's like, no. I said, Jesus. So I let go of one hand and just put it there. I wasn't going to put my hand on top because in case it kicked up. And I said, nah. I just kind of leaned the gun like that, and I just held the trigger. Then I let go. And the hole was this big. All 20 of them went through a hole this big. They never even went outside. He was like, he said, that's insane.
The people like you and I that study the weapon before they get into. I never went to the military, but if I had, I would have probably been like you. I'd have been very good at it. And I didn't use a mini range rifle. Well, I did have one, but I didn't shoot it that much. My rifle that I shot the most was actually a carbine size lever action 45 Colt cowboy gun, and which means you got to pull this metal handle down to eject the spent round and kick the new one in. It holds 11 in the magazine and 1 in the pipe, so 12 bullets. And at 100 yards, going and moving the gun every time I have to change a bullet, I can hit a gong plate at 100 yards 11 out of 12 times.
My 30-30 was one of my favorites.
That's 22 out of 24. That's not bad. That's marksman. That's like expert shot right there.
Yeah, I had a Bushmaster 30-30. I loved that gun, and I had a flip clip on it, which I also loved. A flip clip. If you've ever watched the TV show The Rifleman, he's got a flip clip on his. A flip clip. So when you bring out the lever and it's coming back, there's a clip you can push out. So when you pull the lever up, it pulls the trigger for you. So you just the fastest you can work that lever, the faster it shoots. So you don't have to actually pull the trigger. As it's closing, it's shooting for you. No,
there's a similar.
I know they're still legal. Yeah, I think they're still legal.
There's a similar flaw with the Remington 870s, particularly if you shoot them often enough, whether you hunt or shoot skeet. After a while, going with the pump, after going up and down, eventually I don't know if it's a spring that breaks or a piece of metal that wears down, but something wears down, fails to operate correctly. It doesn't make the gun any less dangerous, but as long as you know about it, it's you can get around it. But what you can do is and I think mine has been doing this for a while. All you do is you hold the trigger down and you take the pump and you go, and the gun will go off. And it's not supposed to do that. That's not the way they usually work. So what they usually work is you bring the pump in, you put the bullet in, and then you boom. And if you hold the trigger down and by mistake and put another bullet in the round, it's not supposed to go off, but mine does. So it kind of makes it an automatic. So all I got to do is go boom, 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 and there's every shot has got 200 pellets in it. So if you're in front of that, please don't get back up because I'll be out of bullets.
You know, I don't know. Where's that question? Oh, damn, my screen went off. What the hell was that about? It's I used to have a lot of rifles and a lot of shotguns, but these days pretty much just pistols and swords. Oh, there's probably I think there's a Remington automatic in here. It's 9 rounds. It's a 12 gauge. Well, I had a beautiful 10 gauge that I sold to a friend of mine. It was from 1870. It was an elephant gun, is what it was. It was made.
Give me a moment, Joe. I'm going to get something that's going to blow your mind. You still have a shotgun, yes?
Yes. Yeah, somewhere. It's in the house somewhere.
I'll be right back. I'm going to get.
I did a lot of hunting when I was young. Well, when I first started hunting, I used to hunt squirrels with a 410, and a friend of mine gave me a 410 22 over and under. So I started hunting squirrels with a 22. I mean, shooting them in the head is much cleaner shot, and there's no BBs to contend with, and it really makes your shooting much better. It makes you a much better shot. Yeah, hitting a squirrel with a 22 at 100 yards or even 50 yards is a really nice shot. Well, with a shotgun, but with a shotgun, you're limited to probably 75 yards. Well, it depends on how big the bullet. If it's a 3-inch Magnum, maybe with a slug or some double-aught buck or something. That's still going to probably only be really damaging at 75 or 80 yards. The 30-30s we were talking about, they're accurate to about 100 yards. You want to know why I was a good shot? Because I was raised hunting with a 30-06. Yes, which puts an M14 and M16 to shame. Oh, AR-15, that ain't shit compared to one of these things. With that 30-06, I could kill a deer 500 yards easy. Easy was an easy shot. Well, I could kill one at further range than that, but that was an easy shot. And odd 6 bullets, you can get smaller heads, larger grain, more grain powder, and even extend the range quite a bit further. 22 shoot like a mile. Yes. Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, they'll shoot almost a mile. I mean, you hit your arm, probably bounce off, but still, they can shoot that far. Yeah. I always recommend if you have kids to take them out. I mean, I started shooting. My grandpa let me start shooting. Well, if you want to count the BB gun, like at 6, but I think I got my 410 when I was 8. I was allowed to start hunting by myself around 10. Yeah. Oh, I loved it. I go wander in the woods for hours, come back with all kinds of stuff. And then at 11, I got to shoot my first 12 gauge, my first 12 and 10 gauge. 10 gauge was a double barrel elephant gun, knocked me square on my ass. I mean, just had a bruise this big on my shoulder for like 2 weeks. I thought my mom was going to kill somebody. And I know. Oh, yeah. And well, that gun was dangerous. It had the safety didn't work right on. So when you put the safety on, if you bumped it, it would fire. Yeah, it's not supposed to do that. Well, it had a 7-inch stock and a 48-inch barrel. It was a massive gun. It was about this tall. And the stock was only this long. And it was hardwood stock, too. With a piece of, they had a weighted piece of metal in the stock itself. I have no idea what it was there for. No, I didn't have a recoil. I put a recoil on my 12 gauge, but I found that I didn't shoot as well with the recoil pad, so I took it off. The 10 gauge, I just told people just to put it on there because the damn thing kicked like a freaking mule.
Yeah, I shot 12 gauge. It knocked me on my ass.
This was actually a 10 gauge. It was 10 gauge double barrel elephant gun. I mean, the freaking rounds are this big around. And
first time I shot a shotgun, Joe, my crazy uncle, my cousins and I had been shooting 20 gauge semi-automatic shotguns at Skeet. at the Youngstown Country Club in Ohio. My uncles and my grandfather were shooting over and unders at the same field. On a, they were on one field and us kids were on another field, but we're on the same course. And at the end of the day, we were getting ready to go home, and my uncle was like, "Here, try this." And he hands me his shotgun, and the top barrel was 12 gauge, and I hadn't shot that yet. I think I was 10 or 11. So I go pull, boom, and I was like, "Ow!" And it really hurt. And then there's another bullet to go, so I'm like, "All right, at least I got the skeet." And then the second bullet, the one is like, pull. It's a 10 gauge shot. The underbarrel is a 10 gauge shot, and I hit that, boom, and it knocked me on my. I have 4 arms, my limbs were like this, flying backwards. It's crazy. But what I went to go try to find for you was a shotgun shell. Most shotgun shells, the average shotgun shell is 2 3/4 inches long. Well, about yay long. Well, I have ones that are 1 3/4 inches. And they boost the capacity of my shotgun, not my over and unders, but my pump shotgun. It boosts the capacity by 50%. That means it no longer holds 10. It holds 15.
No, that's cool.
Now, but it's a number 6. It's a number 6 shot, so it's not 200 pellets, but it's still like 150 pellets that are coming at you, and there's 15 sets of those. Boom, boom, boom. So it's a street sweeper now.
Right now, the 12 gauge has got 9 rounds in it. 3 of which are 3-inch Magnum slugs, because I get the 3-inch Magnum choke on it. So all the rounds are 3 inches. They're all 3-inch Magnum. So I got single odd buck, double odd buck, and slugs in it. God help you if you get in front of it. I mean, 3-inch Magnum coming out of there would just tear you to pieces.
I don't hunt deer with one shot.
No, I don't hunt deer with a shotgun. I don't hunt birds with a shotgun. I don't hunt squirrel or rabbit with a shotgun. It's a pain in the ass when you got to sit there and pick BBs out of everything. It's just, and bird shot is tiny little shit.
They're small. They're smaller than the BBs you shoot out of a BB gun. That's how small the pellets are. In a number 6 shot.
Take your 22, shoot the bird's head, knock it off its body, and go over there and clean it up.
So here's probably a good opportunity for our audience. So here's how shotgun shot works. You've got it starts at the 000 level, this triple-aught buck, and it goes all the way up to I think 13. The bigger the number, the smaller the pellet. So think about it. Triple-aught buck is I think 8 pellets, the size of which they're about the kind of piece of lead about the size you would put on a weight on your fishing line. That's how it's like. It's a little bit smaller than a marble, but a piece of lead. That's you might use as a.
And now weight. They can't even be lead anymore. They had to change.
Sometimes they're copper now or steel. Yes.
Yeah. No, they change it because of lead poisoning. Goofy. Yeah.
They changed that because on certain popular hunting fields where there's water, and popular like skeet shooting fields where there's water and fish, all that lead poisons the fish. So they prefer now that you shoot copper or steel shot.
That's a good thing. How you shouldn't know nothing about guns. You should have somebody around you who does, but you shouldn't. Randy, no, we talked about Trump and his not getting the Nobel Peace Prize. Yes. Some Maria Coochie girl got it. No, that's not her real name. We're actually going to have a guest
Machado,
with that name.
Maria Machado.
But we are going to actually have a guest with that name, Maria Coochie. She's a very sweet lady. She's got a new book coming out, and so when it gets out, we're going to have her on. There's what do you mean? Trump did what? No, you're confused. Okay. Joe Biden did that. Trump Joe Biden's the one that turned Facebook and Twitter and all the rest of them against the people. He's the one that had the FBI and the CIA calling him and saying, "Hey, I need you to scrub this. I need you to get this off." Remember, they're the ones telling us that Pretty Boy's laptop was fake and Russian. And now we know, of course, it's real and it was full of crap. We know the guy was smoking. He was smoking coke in the White House. Jimmy, what do you think crack is? Crack is cocaine.
Basically, the way crack cocaine works, for those who aren't in the know, I've seen people make it. You take a metal spoon and you bend it so it becomes its own cauldron. You take your pieces of rock of crack cocaine and you put it in the spoon with about the same size piece of baking soda, and then you hit it with a lighter until they turn into a liquid. And then once it cools, you pack it into a glass pipe and you smoke it, and it tastes like formaldehyde.
I don't know nothing about none of that.
Nasty. It's nasty.
I'm a virgin Coke person. What can I tell you? Unless it's.
I'll be honest. I tried it, and it's nasty. I would never do it again.
Unless this kind of Coke, I'm an addict. But
white powder. And I've done that too. I'll do another line. I doubt it though. I never enjoyed that drug either. I didn't mind a nummy gummy. You get your finger wet. You take your line, put it on your finger, and go. That's fine. I enjoy that. That's cool. But other than that,
I'm with you, Heidi.
Yeah, no, it's a buzzkill. Absolutely.
Besides, I'm not doing, ladies. I'm not doing any drug that makes your thing go. Ooh,
that's another thing. I never got addicted to it. I just never enjoyed it. I guess if you really enjoy it, you can be really addicted to it. But Jesus Christ, I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was
when it comes right down to it, cocaine is a woman's drug, not a man's drug. There's much more benefits for women for the drug than for men. It's you don't have to take my word for it.
No, you're gonna be pretty tough to deal with them freaking nosebleeds, I mean, come on. It's
that's but you only got that if you were using that cheap shit or got hold of some of that bad stuff.
Or if you don't cut it down far enough, I mean it'll cut your nose up.
And
depending on what your dealer cuts it with, also. If he uses something with fiberglass in it, you're gonna bleed like a son of a bitch. Just saying.
Down here, they either used convection sugar or rat poison.
Oh, well, they used rat poison when they cut some of the batches of LSD back in the 80s, too.
There's a certain kind they use. No, it doesn't kill humans. That's why they use
it just makes your back very, very stiff.
Now, that LDS shit, I don't even know what that LDS shit is. I've never even heard of that stuff before. So.
That's the college that those kids go. What are those kids? Oh, the Mormons. That's where the Mormons go. The church of the school of the LDS.
I drink herbal tea and stuff like that. I grow my own coffee.
I've had mushrooms too, Joe. Yeah, that's a good segue.
I don't know nothing about none of that stuff. I am a virgin when it comes to all that stuff. Which I don't like the V word. That's like the vagina word. That's like vagina Canada. I would move.
Regina, it's Regina, not vagina.
It's Virginia. That's what it sounds like every time they say it. I know it's not the name, but that's what every time they say it. Go listen, people. You don't have to take my word for it. Yes. It's Virginia.
It's in the region of Saskatchewan, is it not? Regina, Saskatchewan?
No, man. The places they have in Canada. And they
what can I do for you in Regina? I need to have my vagina inspected.
Oh, man. Hey, I don't make
We have certainly lost it.
All Canadians are weird. I mean, I can't.
I got a question for you, Joe. I was trying to watch something this morning at 11 o'clock my time. So I guess 10 a.m. your time. There was supposed to be an announcement or something by Melania. And then there was going to be Pam Bondi was going to say something at like 11:30, and she didn't say anything. I was watching the news for the whole hour. It never ever broke in.
Okay, so Melania's thing is she's working with Putin to bring Ukrainian children back from Russia to Ukraine. She's already got 8 of them lined up to be moved over. So when the media first said, I thought they were talking like 100 kids or something, talking about 8. Wow. But still, she's over there getting these Ukrainian children back.
I have to scold Heidi. Enough with the puns on my name now, Heidi. Thank you very much. It's a JJ, to be sure.
She knows. Reese, I don't live in California. Reese, who the hell told you that? I go to California sometimes 3 times a year, but usually twice.
I've been to the airport in San Francisco. Does that count as me being in California?
If you touch the ground, you were in California.
I was in the airport. I did not actually touch like the tarmac. I was in like the airport facilities. I never touched the tarmac.
Connected to the ground. The airport's tied to the ground. Same thing. No, Jackie. I go out for these people right here. I don't think you can see it. Now I can turn the camera light on.
John and Emily Goodwin, the hosts and caretakers of Writers of the Future.
This is L. Harvard's, Writers of the Future. Writers and Illustrators of the Future.
That's WOTF.
I go out there every April, do a little press work, talk to the winners, put them on the shows and stuff, help them to learn how to deal with press, how to deal with unfriendly press. Before anybody asks, yes, I can be unfriendly press. Trust me. I can be a real dick when I want to be. It's oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. But anyway, yes, it's true though. It's oh, and it's like what's your girlfriend's Meghan Merkel? Oh my God. It's oh man, we didn't take a break. You gotta put a song on.
Oh, okay. Well,
no, but when we come back, I want to talk about Meghan because I was talking.
Oh, it's just changing out. What do we want to hear?
I don't know. Put something patriotic on. But I was talking with Linda. Linda was telling me about Meghan Merkel. You know, in the tunnel where the princess died. So don't let me forget when we come back. I want to talk about that. It's Christopher Walker. Get out of here. That's a movie star. Bullshit, me, man. Go get. I almost fell for it, man. Oh, man. Well, if you're Christopher Walker for real, go to uprnradio.com and make a donation. uprntalkradio.com, sorry. Yeah, go make a donation. Yes, Jay says we should have our own private jet to fly around the U.S. and do interviews in person. Yeah, I'm serious.
Hey Joe, what's that song they usually play at 4th of July? It's a military song. What song is that?
Oh, that's Reveille.
No, it's not Reveille.
Oh, it's what you were singing just now was Reveille.
No, Reveille's that's Reveille.
Wait, what's Colors? Shit, I can't remember now. It's one of those.
Hey Google, what are traditional military songs played at the 4th of July?
Here's a summary from the website open.spotify.com. Patriotic military music for the 4th of July. The National Anthem, Anchors Aweigh, the Armed Forces Medley, Semper Paradis, America the Beautiful, The Stars and Stripes Forever, Trio National Emblem,
might be Anchors Aweigh,
and more.
Let me see if it's Anchors Aweigh. Let me pause my mic here for a second.
Anchors away, my friend. Anchors away. I think I kind of remember.
No, that's not. Yeah.
Something went wrong.
Jay's like,
when you're ready.
Something went wrong, Jay. Are you slapping that bitch again? You better stop that. We're live on here. You can't just be slapping bitches while we're live on here. I see you got your camera off too, so all we can do is hear her scream. People, if you hear screams in the background, that's just Jay. So just don't worry about it. Just ignore it. It is Halloween after all. You know, Michael, we probably will play some Halloween music sometime in the show tonight. We always do. Well, it's it's Halloweeny. Well, I love the sounds of Saturn, by the way. I think that shit's creepy as all hell. It sounds like, if you've ever seen the movie Forbidden Planet, it sounds like the sound effects in Forbidden Planet. It really does. You ought to go listen. As far as I know, they didn't have that clip back then, but I'd have to double check. Well, no, radio telescopes are not that old, 1920 or something like that. They could be earlier, but I'd have to check and see. Well, we started making leaps in science pretty good in the 1800s and all the way up from there. Well, that's what's that guy's name? Gwyn Herwin. He's the one. He was not an archaeologist. What the hell was he? Anyway, he went to Africa to meet the Dogon, so he could prove that they hadn't been visited by extraterrestrials. And the reason why is the Dogon have a calendar that's based on the orbit of Sirius A, which is a 50.5-year orbit. So this is a tribe living in some mountain region above Egypt. But somehow or another, their calendar is based on the orbit of Sirius A. They also know about Sirius A, Sirius B, and Sirius C. Now, you can't see any of these. None. All of them you have to see through a radio telescope. Sirius C was the last one found. They knew about them 300 years ago. Probably longer than that. That's just when we found out about them. So it's way more than that. They know the density of Sirius A, the dog star. They know the density of it. They know just a thimble full of it would shoot. It's so heavy that it would shoot straight through the planet. They knew that. They also knew about the human body circulation. How the hell do they know these things? I mean, this is a tribe in Africa. Egypt, Africa. Well, Egypt's in Africa, Mark, dumbass. I'm sorry, I'm just cranky. Well, no, not everybody realizes that the Middle East is in Africa. It's in the top of Africa. Well, anyway, another person. What was her name? Sarah Reiner also said the same thing. So, well, because people want to say extraterrestrial when they don't understand how a human can do it. Yes. Okay. Let's. What do you think is the hardest invention of all time? What was the hardest thing to invent currently? And all the inventions man has invented, and there's been a lot. What do you think's been the hardest thing? We still haven't cured cancer yet. Well, sort of. We've cured a lot of cancers, but not all the cancer. But what do you think? Going to the moon was the hardest? We haven't gone to Mars yet, Mike. Well, as far as officially, we haven't gone to Mars yet, so we can't use that. It has to be official. I mean, what? I mean, could be, there's a lot of stuff that we've done. There's all kinds of diseases we cured, polio. Don't even get me started on COVID. I don't like to talk about COVID because every time I do, I get thrown off of YouTube. Because they don't like us talking about it. They've eased up a lot, but they still don't like us talking about it. Okay. I got lost here for a second. What's going on?
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Go out, but I found it.
Yeah. What the hell? Okay. Is this what I was looking for? Oh, you putting it on? Okay, Jay's putting something on, y'all weirdos. It's
Yeah, I found it. I told you I would find it. It took me a while, but this is the song I was, and I just 4th of July. This is a cool song. So if you don't like it, you're not American, but that's okay.
Oh.
It's much better when you see it live with fireworks behind it, but it's still a good song.
Hello, Colin. Hey, people, what's happening here? What's happening, people? People of Earth, run like hell. It's
That was,
over.
of course, Stars and Stripes Forever by John Philip Sousa to showcase his new invention, the Sousaphone.
The sousaphone. You know,
I don't
back
know
in the
if that's
day,
true or not.
they
I
were
just said that
they were
just for
not good
random.
with names. They were not good with names. But anyway, we still got through people. So you get a little promo here, and we'll be right back. No, we'll be right back. We're not going to be going long.
They are live, Colleen.
Yes, just who's Colleen? Hello, Colleen. Hello, are you there, Colleen?
She's on Facebook.
Colleen,
In
pick up the damn
Pocatello.
phone, Colleen. Pick it up the phone. Pick it up.
I don't
Anyway,
know where
we'll be
Pocatello
right
is. It
back.
where is that in America?
No, we'll be right back, people. Here, just listen. Be patient. Here you go. This is, I believe. What show was that on Tuesday? No, that show's on Monday. The Angel Rock. What's the host's name? Micah Johnson or something? No, it's Laura Lee Potvin. Sorry.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation.
Those
It's
are
way
just good
too
music.
complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation.
This is the United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM in New Orleans and 105.3 in the Gulf Coast. UPRN talkradio.com. Esoteric programming at its finest.
Our symbol, the trident, gifted to us by the priests of Troy Xenos centuries ago when one of the first monster hunting teams out of Corinth battled a contingent of Vrykolakas that had infested their temple. After the victory over the monsters, the head priest declared, "You are three lances acting as one, not unlike Poseidon's mighty trident of light. That would become our name, the Trident of Light, for the good we did, and still do, against the dark evils of this world."
Available at Amazon Books.
Hi, I'm Brittany Ashley, your host of Breaking Norms Building Dreams, your guide through this transformative journey in both business and life. This is your place crafted for dreamers, doers, or anyone who has been told they can't. Get ready as we challenge those narratives together. You're tuning in live to the United Public Radio Network, airing on 105.3 and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. We are streaming on all the popular platforms every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me for a candid and thought-provoking conversation celebrating your unique journey because you are worth it.
Welcome to Negotiating Happiness, the show that helps you find happiness, success, and balance in your work and life. I'm Adriana Fiestra, your host for this journey into entrepreneurship and personal growth. We're broadcasting live on 107.7 and 105.3 FM in New Orleans as part of the United Public Radio Network. We explore the latest strategies, insights, and stories from successful entrepreneurs and experts. From managing stress to building a thriving business, we've got you covered.
Got you covered, buddy. You better have me covered. I'm gonna be pissed.
Tune in to UFO Undercover, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, with your host, Joe Montaldo, right here on the Paranormal Radio Network.
Welcome to the Outer Realms with Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano. Airing live on the United Public Radio Network, 105.3 FM in New Orleans.
Are you ready to explore the unknown? Dive into the world of the strange, mysterious, and unexplained with Eerie Expeditions magazine. Each issue is packed with spine-tingling tales, cutting-edge paranormal investigations, and exclusive insights into hauntings, cryptids, UFOs, and more. Whether you're a seasoned investigator or just love a good ghost story, Eerie Expeditions magazine has something for you. Join our growing community of truth seekers and adventure lovers. Subscribe today at EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com and unlock the secrets of the supernatural. Are you ready? That's EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com, where the...
Have you ever felt you weren't alone? Something in the shadows, a light in the sky, a creature no one believes you saw? Welcome to Paranormal Heart Podcast, where ghosts, cryptids, UFOs, aliens, and the unknown aren't just stories. They're real encounters. Join me, Kat Ward, every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern on the United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM, New Orleans, and 105.3 the Gulf Coast. You
Well. Welcome back, everyone. Happy fucking October, yes. It's time for everyone to be happy and celebrating and eating candy and junk like that. Kind of like the first episode of Men in Black, you know, when they hypnotize the parents and tell the kid she can have all the junk and candy she wants, yes. That sounds good to me. Yes, it does. Anyway, welcome back to News on the Flip Side. I hope y'all enjoyed the first, 2 hours. Damn, didn't realize that much had gone by. What's that, Mark? No, well, we actually did quite a bit of news in the first hour. Second hour, not as much. Why? You mean polls? So, Trump is down a little bit in the polls, but the GOP is actually up in the polls. The Democrats are way down in the polls. And as far as who's blaming who for the shutdown, it's split amongst, of course, party lines. Well, the problem for the Democrats is every Republican but 2 voted for this bill. Every Democrat but 2 voted against this bill. I think but 4, actually.
I think it was 4 Democrats. Yes.
Yeah, I think it was 4 Democrats. Yeah. So they're the ones that shut down the government. The Republicans are voting this way, and the Democrats are whining, but this is a Joe Biden bill. They didn't seem to have a problem with it the last 2 times they used it.
And I mean, the media, and it's all the media, the blue left-leaning media, the red right-leaning media, the purple in the middle media, all of the media are saying the same thing, that Chuck Schumer in the past was a staunch critic of all senators who voted to not keep the government running. In the past, he has lambasted both Democrat and Republican for voting against any bill that stopped the government from running. And now he refuses to vote and get the government running. It's like a 180-degree flip. It's insane.
Well, because they're so far down in everything, and all the polls and everything, it's hard. I mean,
he's doing this to save his political career. That's all he's doing. It's out of spite of all of us. He's doing this to save his ass and pull it out of the damn fire. Well, fuck you, Chuck. Get our government running again. Then maybe you can save your ass. But
well, he's another one that's. But he got forced into this because last time he's the one that signed, got the bill passed, and his party gave him so much shit about it.
That's right. He's one that actually fought it to get a bill in to get the government running in the past. That's just, I forgot about that one.
So they gave him so much shit about it that he just this time didn't do it.
Well, then he gave in to peer pressure, and therefore
he gave in
he's
to
lost his ability to lead and command, and he therefore needs to be.
He's scared he's going to lose his
somebody new,
but he's scared he's going to lose his seat to AOC. So he's
lost his seat already. He ain't getting anywhere. He's not going to win.
Well, he might
doing
win.
This for 10 days. He's not going to win any election from this point on. No Democrat will vote for him. He's out.
Well, I don't know. He's been involved in shutdowns before, so. That's the other thing they don't like to talk about. Last time there was a shutdown was under Trump, and it was for 35 days. So that's where we're heading now. I mean, we're already 10 days into this one. So,
and they're saying it's not going to be resolved for at least another 4. And that 4, by the way, doesn't count Saturday and Sunday. That counts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They don't think it'll be resolved until Thursday, maybe Friday, maybe not at all. Maybe Monday happens, and instead of Hamas bringing all the hostages out, they execute them in full view of everybody, and all hell breaks loose. We don't know what's going on yet. It hasn't happened yet. Fireworks in this administration, I predicted when he won. We've seen many fireworks, as I also predicted, but not the fireworks that I'm expecting. And I think they're coming. And I think Trump knows it too. All the bills he's been writing about building up the Army and Air Force, and then all the new equipment he wants to build. X-47s, A-47s, submarines.
He just wants to bring us back to where we were, not just ready.
We still have the largest submarine fleet of any navy, and he's building more.
Do I have that? Let me see if I still have that. I wanted to show you that earlier. Let me see if I still have.
What's that?
It's a Russian sub that carries.
Ooh, I love Russian subs. What era? 80s era? Please say 80s era.
Okay, hold on. So let me see. Let me go back and find this over here.
It since 1999.
So this sub is because Russia realized that there's no way they can bring an invasion fleet across the Atlantic. It's going to get sunk. Either by
our detection networks are too vast. They can't get through them.
Well, it might not even be us. The British might do it, or somebody NATO might do it. So regardless, it's going to get sunk. It's not going to get here.
But so listen, Joe, if my father's sonar system replaced the SOSUS system, which had been in place since World War II ended, and then my father's system was retired in 1987, I think. It's like 40 some years ago. What are they using now? They must have something extremely, extremely advanced. Oh, that looks like a Typhoon or a Delta IV.
Let's see. You've got something that we can't talk about. I can tell you that. Let's see. Pop this.
No, I know they've got quite a few things that we can't talk about.
Okay, here we go. Now we can't watch this whole thing because it's 14 minutes. So we might do some skipping.
the Soviet Union has a problem.
Typhoon.
While they are surrounded by America and their allies, they themselves can't reach the continental USA. The Atlantic is too large, and any attempt to move an invasion across it, be it by sea or air, would be detected and destroyed. But what if there was
this
another
massive
way?
submarine.
By
What a way.
using submarines.
It's a typhoon.
But not just any
Look at this.
submarines,
Look at this
but
with that on it.
insanely
Look at me gun in
over-the-top
the
science
front.
fiction level monsters
Yeah.
that if built would dwarf even
Trads,
the largest
tanks.
machines ever built. These sea monsters could carry everything from aircraft, battalions of troops, and even tens of tanks at once. Undetectable and immune to naval blockade, this was to be the ace in the hole for winning the Cold War. And believe it or not, the Soviets even started construction of a fleet of them, with plans to use them to capture Western air bases in the Arctic Circle by surprise, before an invasion of the North American coast. Let's dive deep into the nightmare of the West, the insane history of the USSR's giant amphibious assault submarines.
That's all we needed to see, but still, that thing
So,
is huge,
but-
man. That thing's badass.
Okay, well, I can tell you about what they showed in the beginning of that. That was a Typhoon type submarine. Typhoon is, and when I first saw it, when I saw just the wake, when you had just the video up there, I said it looks like it might be a Delta IV. Well, funny I said that. Typhoons are actually two Delta IV submarines with one half cut off or 1/4 cut off of each side and then put together. It makes kind of like an elliptical shape that way. I didn't know they had transformed them into amphibious landers, though, which makes them extremely more dangerous. It is said that the Russians also have perfected, and I think this is wrong, I think we did it first, a sort of underwater jet propulsion that doesn't use fuel or gasoline. So they would be able to almost silently or almost sound like whales humping as they drive through underwater and drop 30 tanks, 12 tanks, 750 dudes anywhere in the world within hours. That's how fast these things are. They're pretty good subs.
Yeah.
Typhoons were the scariest things that ever came out of
They're
Polyarny.
badass. They're definitely badass subs.
They're the scariest thing. I tell you, I've studied them. They're honestly the scariest thing that ever came out of Polyarny.
It's
They're one step below a stealth sub, to be honest. But the problem is, we know how to listen for them, and two, even at sub silent, like 3 knots underwater, we can hear them miles and miles away, even when we're going 36 plus.
Well, when they came out with the Caterpillar, because they beat America to the Caterpillar, and which the Caterpillar drive is basically it's
magneto
a water
hydrodynamic propulsion.
Yeah, but it's just basically pushing water is all it's doing. It's so it sucks in water, shoots water out. It's what's Chris? No, it's like a jet engine, but it uses water.
Instead of using air and oxygen and gasoline, it uses water and magnetics, and basically it's like an impeller type of thing that's created by magnetic forces.
Yeah, and
it sucks the water in and jets it out the back.
So we couldn't hear them at first. We didn't know what they were, and our submarines.
They sound like either whales mating or whales singing or magma anomalies where the crust is cracking and forming.
So
that's what they sound like.
The United States decided to start funding the whale expedition. So there were 36 listening stations around the world. It might have been more than that, but last I heard there was 36. It might have been 46. But regardless, there was a lot of these whale listening stations. So the Navy said, okay, well, let's take a look at these. So then the Navy decides it's going to build its own stations, but still using information from those stations. So there was 2 sets. Then I don't know what the Navy came up with. They decided, okay, well, we don't need this technology anymore. We don't have to listen for submarines this way. We have another way to listen for them. So then they offered those to the people who were already listening to whales. It's a very weird thing. But the reason they went and got all the whale data is they wanted to be able to distinguish between all the different types of whales and the new Caterpillar drive, because they wanted to see something new. So what they did is they went back 10 years and looked at stuff. Actually, it was 6 years, and they went back and they looked, and at one point they didn't see this one particular sound anywhere. And then 2 years in or 3 years in, they started seeing it. And then they realized where it was coming from and the routes it was taking. And they realized, oh, what they had was, sorry about that, I almost burnt myself, was a Russian submarine.
Yeah, if you look at the Hunt for Red October, it's a condensed version of it. But what Joe's saying is, yeah, we had sonar listening stations. Some of that technology
All over the place.
was the Surtas spy stuff. This is the 80s now, mind you. So the Surtas boats were out. The Tiegas class spy boats. They look like fishing boats, like trawlers. They have outriggers to catch in the big fish. They're out there listening for Russian subs, and it took months and months and months. But eventually, they started listening to these magma displacements and these whale humping sounds, and they didn't seem natural at first. They were too, they didn't vary enough. It was always the same. It was and repeat, repeat. So they found when they sped these tapes up, they would get the sound of mechanics. And that's how they detected the Caterpillar drive. But it took months. In the movie, it's like the one guy, the sonar operator on the boat's like, oh, listen to this. It's like whales hopping. Oh, speed it up. That's not how it happened, but it's very shortened version of it.
Yeah. Well, according to the Navy, that ain't even how it happened. The three guys on 3 different whale rigs figured it out. The Navy didn't. They did.
Yeah, somebody did.
They said the Navy told them.
The Navy, but yeah, that's
how
they did it for months and months and years of listening to that shit.
So the Navy told these people what they were looking for,
mm-hmm.
And obviously these guys found it.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, Jimmy. So these were stations. They were decent sized. They had several people in them. They had kitchens and bedrooms and bathrooms and places to look out of windows and stuff. They were decent sized. There
have been people studying whales for as long as there have been people hunting them. In fact, there are more people studying them now than are hunting them now.
Yeah. Well, they put them underwater in places where they know whales pass regularly. Yeah, or where they're breeding or feeding or stuff like that. That's why they do it like that. Well, yeah, they're right there. Well, it's as far as the whale's concerned, it's just a big rock underwater with some glowing shit on it. Yeah, because there's lights coming out of the windows and stuff. But it's no, they're pretty decent. I'm pretty sure you can look them up. I haven't seen one in a while, but I do remember they started putting them up for sale. So you could buy them, like a bunker that you turn into a house. You could do this, make this a house. Somebody said they bought a couple and made them into hotels. Into like hotel.
Oh, that's cool. How far off the shore are they, though?
I don't know. And I don't even know how deep they are. I mean, it can only be X amount of deep.
Are they underwater?
Yeah, they're underwater. Yeah, they're underwater. Several hundred feet underwater.
What are they called?
They just go into whale listening stations.
Whale listening stations.
So it's like 40 years ago. So they got to still be information on. I mean, the web's is, if nothing, about good about doubling and tripling, quadrupling shit.
Orca acoustics.
Christopher, that's whale hunters, but that's I don't think any whale should be hunted. No, I don't. I don't think any whale should be hunted. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we get from whales. It's not, people don't realize how much stuff, especially with perfumes and all, that come from whales. Yes, but there's a lot of stuff we get, a lot of product we get out of whales. There's all kind of different kind of whale oils. There's, I can't remember what it's called, Bane, whatever it is, which is almost priceless. And this is stuff, the bases that perfumes are made out of, and there's all kind of cosmetic stuff and there's just a lot of stuff that comes out of whales. But all of that can probably these days be synthetically made. So there's no reason to kill them anymore. I mean, you want to kill them.
There's all kinds of info on those listing stations, but nothing about buying them as at homes or being sold.
I'm looking with you. Yeah, I'm on looking with you.
Strange. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go visit the men's room real quick.
I can't even find No, Jack. Now I can't even find the group I'm looking for. No, there I can't remember what you call them now. I keep wanting to call them pods, but that's not what they are. Yeah, but that's not what they call them. You want to do what, Mercy? You want to send me on an Alaska cruise for 7 days and 7 nights, and you're going to pay for it? Yeah, I'll go for that. Yeah, my email is iCarCox.net. Please send the tickets. Okay. I've been on. Okay, well, I've been on ships cruising, just not those kind of ships, big aircraft carrier type ships. You can put one of your cruise ships on top of the deck. No, really, I'm serious. I went to a lot of cities in the Navy, a lot of countries. I've been to 45 cities, 44 countries. Shit, just this year, I've been to 21 cities since January. Yeah, well, oh, you talking about like touchdowns and stuff like that? Well, it's even more than that. So here's this will just show you. So earlier this year, I went out to Phoenix to go meet with the good ones to present an award from the station to L. Ron Hubbard's house. So anyway, to get there, we flew out. I flew out. I landed in Raleigh, North Carolina.
I've been there.
So, and I thought it was going to be like a stopover, but they had a hotel room. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to stay here and got something to eat, talked to some nice people, caught the flight out to Phoenix the next morning, hung out in Phoenix. And then I flew up to Salt Lake City to meet a friend about, well, nothing I can talk about here, but anyway, and stuff that y'all hear about in the future, but just not right now. And then I flew out to St. Louis to meet with somebody else, and I flew down to New Orleans, and then I just drove back to where I live. And that's all in 1 week. And then I flew out to DC for the testimony thing. And then I flew out from there to LA for, I guess you'd call it an audition. And then I flew back to New Orleans. Actually, I flew back to Biloxi. Yeah. Just those 2 trips to 7 cities. Yeah. And then I went back to DC. But when I went to DC this time, I flew up to Boston, then down to Jackson, then down to Miami. Then I crossed back to New Orleans. Well, I actually would have went to more cities but I didn't go to Atlanta this year or to Salt Lake City again for FanX. Yeah. Well, I like to go to the conventions, and a lot of times I get in, I don't have to pay.
They're
so
fun.
Well, they're like $140 a day, man.
If you don't find any stuff.
It's but usually I either get in as a press or I get in with somebody who's there. Yeah. True. It does help know people. Anybody can go. Well, okay, so let me rephrase that. So Salt Lake City, San Diego, and Tampa, as far as I know, those limits. Dragon Con is capped at 80,000. So once they reach 80,000, boom. And these days they reach 80,000 pretty fast. So you need to get your information and get your stuff together.
It's usually the last weekend of August. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yeah, first week of September.
And so first week in September, right? First weekend, last weekend in August and first weekend in September, same thing.
Yeah, so you get Dragon Con first week, and you get FanX last week, basically. Not quite last week, but real close. And it's so it's the beginning of September. You get a Dragon Con. Well, I'm sorry, not Dragon Con, but you get a con at the starting each month. Then I can't remember the one in San Diego. I think it's in July or something like that. And then there's one in Tampa. No, there's one in Canada too. Well, there's other kind of stuff besides those, but I don't want to go to everything.
Well, essentially the way it works is like this. The sci-fi convention as it is today morphed out of what became the Star Trek conventions, which morphed out of literary conventions or book conventions. And the book conventions were basically because television was starting to kill book sales, was a way to integrate people to meet famous authors, famous actors who played, famous books, characters in movies and TV shows, buy goods and gifts and memorabilia, that kind of thing. And when that market started to slough off in the mid to late 70s, several organizers in New York bought out a literary convention and retooled it as a science fiction convention. And that was the first Star Trek convention. And then there was one in, I think, New Jersey a few months later. And then a few months after that was another one. And the fourth one was in Washington, D.C. And I went to that one. And from there on, they've
yeah. Well, these were supposed to be
all the way across the country.
Yeah, but these actually come from the comic book conferences.
Well, but they're all the similar fashion.
Well, they are, but they aren't. I mean, the comic book you know what's weird about this is what's really weird about this. So you've got this whole comic book group out there, which I don't even know who reads comics anymore, but I mean, not physical books. I mean, so I'm not even sure.
Dude, you'd be surprised a lot. Most people who still read
I'm sure.
Collect, they buy two.
Sure.
They one to read and one that's immediately put in a sealed bag and never touched again.
When they put in their little plastic bag and little clear plastic thing or whatever and put it away.
Of which
but those
I'm guilty of.
Those are the ones who really started. Let me just give you a whole 3 floors of shit to buy. Well, because don't get me wrong. I mean, Star Trek Con, Star Wars, all that has stuff they buy, but not like this. I mean, you got a freaking Dragon Con as a whole damn convention center set up. Let me sell you something. Yeah. So, and these are different in the fact that you have all the cosplay people there doing cosplay. So they're still bringing in a comic section pretty hard. They've also brought in. They've got a writers and illustrators section that they do, which is pretty hard. But now, from what I've been told about San Diego Con, they've dropped pretty much most of the writers and illustrators section out of their conference now. And
it's mostly all actors and directors now.
Yeah, and even some of the comics and the cosplay, some of that's been knocked out too. And because I guess I don't know what the hell they're trying to do. So we'll just see how it works out. But the rest of them are pretty much the same.
Very, very similar convention. It doesn't matter the convention. I've been to many different types of conventions. I've been to rock conventions. I've been to a fairy convention. I've been to more. There are two types. There in the 80s and 70s and 80s there were two types of Star Trek conventions. There was the book based and the writer based Star Trek conventions, and then there were the fan based or we get the stars and the actors rather than the people behind the scenes. If you get my meaning on that. So that there was that kind of choice. So there was those all over the place, especially there were like 3 different conventions in Baltimore alone, all within 3 to 4 months of each other. Like every other quarter, there was a different, science fiction Star Trek convention that I could go to within, a 45-minute to an hour drive. It was fantastic.
They don't have near as many as they used to, and they don't have as many UFO conferences either as they used to.
Yep, a lot of things have died off.
Paranormal crap, though, man.
Well, but and then another thing, so the bigger ones that survived, San Diego Comic-Con, you brought up, the Atlanta Dragon Con, they're so huge, people, that it would be impossible to follow every track. And the way Dragon Con does it is they do them in tracks. They have a Star Trek track, they have a Star Wars track, they have an anime track, they have a writer's track. You name a show in Star Trek or name a show in sci-fi, they have a track for it. Doctor Who, Knight Rider, boom, pick a damn show that has any kind of a cult following. They have a track for it there, and they have a different schedule and map because it goes over 5 hotels plus 3 or 4 support hotels plus 3 levels of the trademark. It is the largest geek convention I have ever been to, and I've been there a couple of times. Your mind will be blown. It's better than Walt Disney World. And Walt Disney was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, they got some nice ones out there. They've had some nice ones in the past. I know they said San Diego's the biggest now.
I saw Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill. I was like 25 feet from him, and I saw him almost get killed walking through a plate glass window.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Oh my God, he poured himself out of a limo. He was so drunk.
Oh well, hey, that happens sometimes. That's I'm not gonna say his name, but the hair guy. We were at a special. It was
The hair guy.
What was it? It was in New Orleans. It was the End of the World thing. It was a 2012. It was sponsored by the hair guy and the people
that guy. Yeah, I got the hair dude. Yeah.
And no, Jackson don't get sued. Yeah, I don't want to get sued, but anyway, I seen him really shit faced several times.
By saying his name. I mean, what are we?
No, because I haven't finished the story yet. But so he was pretty wiped out when I had seen him that night. And later on at night, we came back around midnight, and I come around a corner. He's on a couch with these two really sweet, nice ladies. Yeah, we'll go with that. And yes, and he seemed to be
having ladies of the night, were they, sir?
he seemed to be really having, I don't know, but he seemed to be really having a really good time, which somewhere in all the many pictures I've taken over the years, I've got a couple of pictures of it. I can't tell you his name, I'm sorry. Figure it out, it's the hair guy.
If you haven't watched Ancient Aliens, then you're on the wrong show anyway.
What's up, Jack? No, you mean what show he's on? He's on My Favorite Martian. Don't even go. Yeah, y'all don't even know.
We're dropping hints and clues everywhere, Joe. How is anyone not getting it? I mean, he's like, it's iconic.
So on a total change of topic here. Yeah, I've been catching Bill Maher a lot lately. And
is he still squawking? Jesus.
He's still pissed at the Democrats. He's on their ass like you wouldn't believe. He is just not, and he's not the only one. There's a lot of Democrats on their ass, man. They're like, come on, grow the fuck up. And then he goes, y'all can't win this, blaming the shutdown on the Republicans is not going to work. And the one who surprised me the most.
You have to go by the numbers. Those people who did not vote in a positive way for this bill are the ones who are holding out. Those are the culprits. And there's 4 Democrats that are doing it and 2 Republicans, 6 dudes.
Well, yeah, Anderson Cooper freaked me out the most. He came down on the Democrats like a ton of bricks, which he is a Democrat. You know how CNN is. And he said, look, you're not going to win this. Yeah, he said, you're not going to win this. He said, you look bad. You shouldn't have done this. You should have picked a better time to do this. Open up the government, get the money flowing, and then get in the fight about, how we're going to keep healthcare under control. Because like the guy said, he said, if it's going to be that bad, then the Republicans won't win in 2026. And he's like, but you don't know. And he's like, well, I think I do know. And so now anytime you got Anderson Cooper and CNN, and then the guy who does the polls, oh, I love this guy. I don't care whose polls he's doing. He's just an ass. But he's a lot of fun.
It's not brass polls. No one's interested anyways. I mean, the Democratic Party did holding. I don't know who it was, but some guy, I think on Fox. It might have been CNN. I don't know. If I had DirecTV has this thing where I can watch 4 news channels at once. You only listen to one, but the other 4 are all you can see what's going on.
Yeah.
This guy was going like city by city, state by state. How many federal employees in Washington D.C. X 100,000. There's in Maryland. There's X 100,000 that do this and that and the other thing, and then all these different states, Arizona, New York, they're holding money back from 1 million plus people. Those 1 million plus people who are expected to pay car bills, electric bills, water bills, grocery bills, doctor bills, prescription bills, name a bill. These people are going to get, possible eviction notices and foreclosure notices, discontinuing of services notices. It's criminal. It's insane. These people should be, any leader, Democratic or Republican, who is holding up the government in this way should be removed from office in any way they can legally do it.
Well, Jesse, for the military people, the military people's not going to have as bad as the federal
As long
employees
as they're deployed, they're fed and housed and clothed. Yeah,
Yeah,
and so are their families.
And as long as there's no pay going on, they'll feed them on the base and all. They'll let them come stay there. But as long as this is going on, people don't realize that though. The military doesn't pay for everything. So, like, if your family can use the commissaries and all of that, but a lot of times, if it's like your kids and stuff, they charge them for food.
Thank you, Amelia. Welcome.
Hello, Amelia. Yes, how are you doing tonight there, you young Italian?
There's the biggest clue anyone can get if anyone was wondering about any hair.
I don't know who that person is. I'm sorry. I'm pleading the fifth here. Never seen that name ever. Don't know who that is. Mike Johnson. No, I know who Mike Johnson is. He's the Speaker of the House. Yes, I know who he is.
Oh, what
He's
about this idiot Jay Jones? You heard about this guy?
No. What? Tell me. Speak.
Jay Jones is the Democratic. I don't know if he's incumbent, but he's the Democratic Attorney General candidate in Virginia, who was caught on tape, I think 2 years ago. I don't know why it's relevant, but it still is, I guess. Murder threat's a murder threat, where he threatened to shoot the Republican opponent, who I'm not sure, again, if he's the incumbent either, twice in the head with a bullet and all of his family. And the Democrats are still backing this fool, and seems to be the leading candidate, but I wouldn't vote for his ass, even if I was a Republican.
Speaking of that, too, what's his name? Mimbabi.
Or Democrat, sorry.
What's the New York guy's name?
Zohar. Yeah, don't mess with the Zohar. Something like Zohan, something.
Yeah, so a bunch of big Democrats. Yeah, a bunch of big Democrat news people came out on his ass now. They all over his nuts. They're like, dude, you're not. They started calling him out on all kinds of stuff. Did you see the
video he made where he asked New York City to be their mayor?
No,
did you see it?
No, thank God I didn't either.
It is. Let me see if I can find it, and then I'll let you decide for yourself. And I'll see if you use the same word.
While Jay's looking for the freak, we're going to talk a little bit about Diddy. Y'all remember Diddy, right? I know y'all all remember Diddy. So Diddy may be getting out of jail sooner than we all thought. So the judge offers the hip-hop mogul a way to cut his time by 1 year. And simply all he has to do, yes, Mr. Sean Diddy Combs, all he has to do that is to get into a drug abuse program. And, of course, pass. And that would reduce his 4 years to 3 years. Now, remember, he's already got a year. So it would actually just put him down to 2 years. Now, I don't know if y'all think he should get out with this short amount of time. And I was never a big Diddy fan or follower, so I don't know that much about him. And as far as all this other crap, when you get rich and famous and you get bored, that shit like that happens. They're trying to act like he's the only the only musician or movie star to ever go over the edge. Well, we know that's not true. But just for the people out there who like him or dislike him, I just thought I'd let you know that he could possibly be out in 2 years and having his Tootsie Roll in somebody else's mouth. Yes. So anyway. Yes, it's Tootsie Roll. Come on now. Obviously, you ain't been listening to the Diddy case. No. But anyway, figure it out. I did see about the munitions plan earlier, and Jay and I did touch on it. But the last piece of evidence, last piece of information I got was there was 19 missing and presumed dead. Yeah, well, they're not. What else? They don't. I don't think. When you see the damage, it's pretty terrific. It was ripped up pretty bad. Yeah, it blew it to smithereens, basically. Yeah. Mike, I seen it this morning. Mel Gibson's new Passion sequel. I didn't watch the first one. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I didn't. The Passions of Christ, I didn't watch that. That just didn't seem like something I wanted to watch. Yeah, I just it wasn't the movie for me. Now they got cruising the coast going on down here. Yeah, where I live, yeah, they got cruising the coast going on. From one end of the Gulf to the, I mean, not from one end of the state line to the other end of the state line. Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's just a bunch of old cars, but they're all fixed up and pretty and looking good.
Oh no! Oh god! Okay.
Oh god! What are we doing?
You gotta watch. You have to watch it. You have to see it. Let me play it. It's a minute, I think, or 30 some seconds max. It's not that long. But it's not easy.
It's cheesy. When it's not easy, it's cheesy.
Let me come back over here. Let me go back over there.
Okay.
Just everyone in the room that's watching, if you can hear and see this, just honest opinions as soon as it's over. It's quick, but it's very painful.
I see roses.
You deserve better.
You
deserve to be able to raise your family here, to be safe, to travel where you need to, free of costs and worry. You deserve someone who works as hard as you do, who thinks about you every second of the day. That's the kind of mayor I promise to be. New York, will you accept this rose?
Paid for by Zoran for NYC.
Zoran.
I'm sorry.
That's just cheesy. Is what that is. I mean, that's just cheesy. That's all that was. That was just cheesy.
So
it's not easy being cheesy.
I'm sorry
man.
to any LGBTQ people. I'm sorry. That is just. Will you please accept this rose? What?
Well, if he stays to his beliefs, he'll have to throw all the LGBTQs out of New York. He won't have a choice. He believes they should all be in prison.
What fool physically pleads for the citizens to accept a rose for him to be the mayor? I'm sorry. That's like.
At least
he must be delusional.
At least he didn't ask for a blowjob.
Well, wasn't that next?
Yeah, that probably will be next. Yeah.
So did dinner the first
you
date,
know something. You know for sure.
On the third date, and
but think about this. You know for sure if Comey wins, there's going to be a
Colleen,
blowjob.
did you see that? You want me to play it again? That's for real. It's a commercial he's playing on New York television, local television station. That's not made up. That's paid for by him. He's got another one out there where he's pleading for people to stop sending him money. Yeah, right. What are you, stupid?
He's how can I say this politely? Let me think for a minute. A fucking moron. Wait, see, I said that out loud. I was thinking that I'm not. Sometimes my brain doesn't keep as many secrets as it used to. I gotta watch that. It's
if anyone saw the movie Braveheart, the two guys that come in to help William Wallace, one of them eventually kills the other, and the guy who winds up killing him is the insane Irishman, and the other guy was like the one who brought him like a gift. And the insane Irishman goes, "I didn't like him anyway. He wasn't right in the head." And that's what we have here. He's not right in the head. I'm sorry. The dude is touched. That's as X-rated as I can get it. He is touched in the head. I would not be surprised if he was heavily sedated and therapized as a kid.
There's just too many nutsos like this now trying to get in office.
Absolutely insane.
He makes me feel like he's insane. I ain't gonna lie. Well, guys, I mean, he just feels like, hey, man,
I'm slimy, I mean, like, ugh.
He just gives you that feel. No, Carly gives you that feel like, oh my God, don't touch me. So this guy, the guy we're talking about, and was down in the Middle East somewhere, partying down like a dog. All kind of jewels on, looking good, surrounded by security guards, and then the whole place that they were at was surrounded by more security guards. Oh yeah, man, he's. Oh no, he's not. He's no. He's a Democrat, and Democrats say this: "Do as I say, not as I do." Yes, that's their motto, man. Do as I say, not as I do. Why are you giving me shit about it? I didn't tell him to do that.
Well, did you hear what Trump is starting to do now?
No, other than he said he loves me. I don't know.
Well, after he said that, he said the end of what he said, he prefaced with, "We're going to give them a taste of their own medicine." What he meant by that is he's going to start turning off Democratic programs that they're all fans of, that the Republicans aren't such fans of, until they decide to come back to the table and talk, government startup.
Well,
They're turning
I
off
don't
the
know.
government bills, so he's going to turn off their bills until they, stop squawking and acting like children.
So, but they need to pass a bill in Congress that anytime the government shuts down, they don't get paid. Really, there needs to be a bill in Congress that says, "You don't get paid, we don't get paid."
Yeah, he's going. That's what he's going to do. I think he's going to sanction some of their pays. I think he also said that he's going to he's considering the insider trader thing and turning it off, which is mostly what the Republicans do take advantage of it too. Not as much, but to the point of the Democrats, that's how most of them have tripled their income as soon as they become, from destitute out of the streets like AOC, and then all of a sudden, boom, what's she worth? $3 million?
$30 million. No, somebody said 22 million.
Hey, Google, how much is AOC worth?
Sorry, I don't know the net worth of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Wow, that's
Wow.
queer.
Yeah, well, let's see
that's
the
kind
internet
of queer.
AOC net worth 2025. Boom.
Yeah, what's she worth? Let's see. $31,000. What?
45,000 saying here in assets. Wow, she's
The most recent financial
disclosure.
information.
2021 though. Oh, that's 2021.
This is 2024 indicates maximum net worth is over $31,000 at this time. She makes $176,000 a year. How can she be worth $31,000? She's been in office 6 years. All right. Who the fuck is this? Is this Wikipedia? What the hell is this? I got just a fundamental issue here.
This one's saying 29 million. Yeah, that's bullshit. Wow, nice RV. Cool.
This one's saying 45,000 in 2023. This. Well, no, Jack, she got to be worth more than that because her salary's more than that. This one here says 2025 for age, she's worth 125,000. This is just so much crap. AOC 29 million. That's what this says. That's what this says too. AOC's worth
29 million, 31 million.
This one says
this one says May of 21,000. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, as of May of 2020, May 27 of 2025, according to this, she's worth $125,000. Yeah. This is saying that's what her 401k is worth, $121,000.
Yeah, something's not cutting the mustard on that. There's some fishiness. There's some fishiness.
Newsweek. What is Alejandro's net worth? Democrats fight. Cortez has denied claims that her worth is in the 30 million range. Well, doesn't she have to disclose her salary?
Yes.
She's Congresswoman. Let's see. Baseless claims AOC has a network of 29 million. That's USA Today. No, AOC is not worth millions of dollars. Business Insider. Alexander Cortez net worth in this one says that's a rumor. Political Fact. This one says 29. She receives a salary of $174,000 a year. See, well, guys, we're just using the internet, and the internet seems to be confused. And I mean, seriously confused. It goes from $24,000 to $29 million. That's a fucking big difference. Yeah. No, she makes $174,000 a year. She's been in 6 years. That's almost $1 million. Yeah, it is $1 million. It's not $29 million. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think she's worth that much. But she won't say.
I mean, even if she's not worth that much, shouldn't she at least be worth a little more than 100? If she's been in the job for 6 years, you said 5 years.
Yeah, it'll be 6 years this year.
It would be 600 and 700, and it'd be like at least 750,000 she made net over those 6 years. How is she only worth? What did she do with the other goddamn 6? She got 100,000.
She makes
the other 6.
So
there's no way she spent that much in a year.
Well, in 6 years, she would have made $975,000, and
that's almost $1 million.
She's doing. She's flying all over, going all over. We don't know what the DNC's paying for and what she's paying for.
She's got an Imelda Marcos shoe collection. That's what it is. Or a Kate Spade handbag collection, whatever her damn, vice is.
Well, see, Jack, see what we just did. Now, we talk about news media all the time, on television doing stuff. It took all of, 15 seconds to jump on here and take a look around and see what may or may not have been true. Yeah, well, she's an idiot. That's why when people start saying she's worth millions, everybody's like, really? And how the hell did she do this?
She didn't. Apparently, I mean, she appears to be an idiot with money, and that's not able. I mean, you would think she would be at least, 6 years in, let's just say on average, $100,000 for that. That's $600,000. She's worth $100,000. She spent $500,000 on what? I don't.
Kareem. So Kareem says that AOC looks like your girlfriend. How do you know what his girlfriend looks like? I mean, I know the guy, and I don't know what his girlfriend looks like. Well, sort of, but not a lot. Yeah, she's like the ghost, the Phantom or something, man. Yeah, she's like the Phantom. No, I've seen her before, but she's like the Phantom. Well, I'm just curious because I don't think she looks like AOC. I mean, for as much as I've seen of her, but
yeah,
I'm just curious
like AOC at all. AOC.
Janice says she's AOC's cousin. What the y'all come up with these shit, people? Oh my God.
She's a white Italian Irish, just like me.
Just like all of us. Monsters over the sea. Russia's
that's
dynamic.
not true. All people aren't Irish until it's March 17th, and then after that, they go back to whatever they used to be. Only on March 17th can everybody all be Irish. That's it. That's all we Irish are willing to succeed.
So people, it's so this wait, who is this? I asked ChatGPT what would happen if billionaires paid taxes at the same rate as working class. What would happen?
What was the answer?
No, if ChatGPT paid taxes at the same rate, I guess we'll find out together. Well, first off, technically, rich people pay a higher tax rate.
They pay a higher bracket than we do. Yes, the more money you make, the more they tax you on.
So I'm not even sure how this is a relevant question, and I'm pretty sure ChatGPT is going to be the same way. No, and people whine because they don't want to pay their fair share is what the problem is.
Quite
so
correct,
does anybody so Elon Musk paid, he said it was like $15 billion in taxes. Do you know how many Americans have to pay their taxes to equal up to $15 billion?
Jesus, wow.
Yeah, it's a lot, my friends. It's more than one little petty state worth. So I mean, and that's and we don't even know on how many companies we're talking about here. Is that just SpaceX or is that just Tesla? It's because it's so when people say that, it's not even a fair statement. So what you're telling me is, let's say you make $200,000 a year. So the guy who's making 50 thinks you should be paying your fair share. Oh, yes, they do. Don't think they don't either, because they do. They don't think you're paying enough. And you don't think the billionaires are paying enough, and so on and so forth. So basically what this comes down to is no one is paying enough taxes. You want to be like the Brits?
They're kind of hurting for cash right now, aren't they?
It is true, Chris. There's lots of tax breaks for rich people because they pay lots of taxes.
But there are also sit-in tax breaks for we folk as well.
And then you got this guy's going, well, the most conservative estimates suggest that making billionaires pay the tax rate as working class Americans could generate $500 billion to $1 trillion. So who's writing this article? I'm going to have to write to these people because apparently they're fucking morons. Let me see if I can find out who this is. Laura Beck. Well, hello, Laura Beck. And who are you with? Go banking rates. What kind of bullshit is this? Oh, that's a commercial. Okay. Story by Laura Beck. Well, Laura Beck, really? Is that what you really believe, Laura Beck? How much do you think billionaires pay in taxes, Miss Laura Beck? You're saying they should pay their fair share. So let me explain something to you. Let's say that Elon Musk is paying $15 billion on Tesla. Okay. That's a lot of money on one company. But when he pays you that much, or even if he pays 20, when he pays you that much, that's taking money away from, well, R&D, from development, research and development. And that's what creates jobs and keeps companies growing and keeps them from stagnating. And if I remember correctly, if you're in the 100 million or higher club, you pay 22%. And he ain't no everyday American paying that much.
Wait, 20. I thought last year I paid 38% on my income tax.
Wow, you got ripped off. How did you do that?
Pennsylvania.
Wow, you got jacked around pretty hard,
wasn't it? I mean, that's what I thought that was like normally, like especially when Democrats are in office, it's usually like 38 to 41%. When the Republicans are in there, it's anywhere between 35 and 36, or 34 at the lowest.
Well, usually an average American is going to pay between 22 and 30% is going to be their tax rate. That's generally what it is.
I think it's been higher than that, dude.
Well, I'm reading the article while I'm talking to you. I'm actually reading
it.
it.
Oh, well, okay,
yeah.
good.
So so this is economic research, the top 400. It's so it's yeah, it says, and then it goes on to say, meanwhile, the average American is paying around 30% higher. Earners mostly rely on wages paid closer to 45%. In some years, the richest 400 families pay 50%. All right, people. How much more do you want them to fucking pay? 50%? I mean, what the fuck else do you want? Maybe, a little blood with that? I guess.
Well, what's 10%? What's 10% of a billion? Like if I made $1 billion this year, what would be 10%
million.
of that?
100 million.
Well, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money right there.
Yeah.
So if I paid 22%, that would be 200 million, 200 some thousand, 250. Just say 250,000 or 250 million.
250
million that I would pay in taxes. Think about that, people.
And that's the point. Yeah, that's the point. And people don't really grasp that concept. It's not something that
It's just
they can understand.
percentages. The more money you make, if you pay the same high percentage that the people who make less are paying, you're going to pay a lot of money. So what are rich people taxed at? 15%?
Yeah. Oh no, I have to look and see. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's got because there are different levels of tax brackets. So what would that next level be? Because if they're only paying 15%, that's still quite a bit. 15. Hey Google, what's 15% of 1 billion?
The answer is 150 million.
150 million in taxes to the government. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It's one dude who makes $1 billion bucks, giving that to the government to spend. $150 million. That's at least a bomber, right? One aircraft carrier.
That's just too much money to be paying to the government to be wasted.
Yeah. Which
if it was going somewhere specific, yeah, I could say okay,
but I mean, come on. There's been some pretty serious waste that's been detected. Neglect, and irresponsible waste.
So ChatGDP said there is no way to effectively do this without hurting the economy because you'd be taking so much money away from rich people that they would not have money to spend on a lot of things, including making sure the employees were treated in specific ways.
What?
Yeah, well, it's the overflow of money that allows you to give long-term vacations, good health care. All that comes from companies that make good money can do that kind of stuff. But if you're taking 50% of their profit margin away and they've got to use 25% of the other profit margin for R&D, then only leaves 25% to run your company. That's not enough to do that.
Well, and then they're going to find ways to cut around it and cheat and not spend that much and give to the government. Absolutely, it's more correct.
No, more than likely what they're going to do is go skimpy on their whatever their product does and treat their employees poorly.
Well, exactly. The next point I was going to make is it leads to more corruption. Just that's all it does. Cheating and corruption. It piles on. The more corruption you have, the more people have to be corrupt in order to even break even.
Yeah, they're well, see, that's the okay, and something ChatGDP didn't take into consideration because it's not human and it's kind of stupid. Yes, I don't care if it's AI.
And it may not know the political climate that we're talking about either.
Well, no, but it didn't take in consideration. Let's do this. Let's just do this. We'll use something easy, something everybody knows. Coca-Cola. Okay. Yes. Right now, a can of Coke runs you about $1, 20 ounce, $1.50. There was you live up in hell. That's why. A bottle of Coke around $2, $2.50 up there. It's probably about $3. So anyway, let's decide that all of a sudden we're gonna raise Coca-Cola's taxes by 25%. So now they're going to be paying 50%. 50% of everything they make is going to go there. Do you know how much a fucking can of Coke's going to cost you? $5.
$6 a can.
Yeah.
$6 a can. $14 a bottle.
Yeah, it's people. You don't think. I mean, we pay anytime you raise taxes on companies. We pay. So the only way you can effectively raise taxes without hurting us is say, okay, you cannot raise your prices for X amount of time.
Do you remember the scene in Total Recall? Not Total Recall. The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. One of the characters that is later almost killed. She detects, the TV station cheating to make the show work. But anyway, while she's talking to a fellow coworker, she's pumping coins into a soda machine. And she runs out of coins and she goes, Jesus, $6. Have you got any coins on you? $6 for a can of Coke out of the machine.
Yeah.
They were alluding to that. And that's the kind of stuff that could happen if things, especially if Trump's tariff tactics begin to fail, which they haven't yet, but they seem to not really taking effect on China so much because there's some more new weird bullshit going on with their trade agreements with us on the rare earths and stuff. But in any event, it's It's like kind of like when you ever watch the Scooby Doo movies, what we call Dutch door action. It's like Scooby Doo, and everybody runs out of one door and into another, and then you expect them to come back out of that door, but no, they come into a completely different, illogical door and run into a different door, and then come out somewhere else. It's that kind of thing. You never know who's going to be. It's like a scam on the streets. It really looks like the governments are trying to run scams on all of us, and we're just now all finding out about it.
It's a lot going on out there. So
yeah.
What are you talking about, Jackie? Who was that? Oh no, that was Melania. No, Jay and I talked about that earlier in the show. No, she was working with President Putin to bring these kids back to the Ukraine. Was specifically all I've heard him talk about was 8 kids, but they say there's more. But that's all I've heard him talk about so far was 8 kids. The article, where did I see the article at? I believe it was on MSNBC. I mean, no, MSN is where I think I saw it at. Yeah, I'm almost positive that's where I saw it. Well, I mean, just go check it out and see. What do you mean? Oh, you mean our next president? Oh, I don't know, man.
Vance.
I can tell you, I don't want it to be a Democrat.
Vance Trump ticket. Trump becomes vice president for the first term, and then turns it over to some new kid.
Well, we can't forget about Rubio. Rubio is very well liked, and definitely has got his shit together. I mean, he's running like 4 agencies now.
He's sitting buddy next to Trump on the diocese there. So,
well, they always say. They were saying either he'll be Vance's VP or Vance will be his VP, just depending on who wins the primary. But, your boy down there in Texas is thinking about running, and your boy in Florida is thinking about running. So,
really well.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little harder just walk in there and take over. But it's good. It's good to have a good, healthy primary. It's we don't want to be like the Democrats and just say, hey, we are appointing you to be the next wannabe president of the United States of the great Americas.
Well, I think it's better to have more than 1 or 2 choices, because if you only have like 2 choices, 3 choices tops, it's very easy to get an idea that there's 2 you really hate and 1 you don't know anything about.
Well, in the old days, that's all there really was. It was 2 or 3 people running. And then all of a sudden, man, and I think Obama's last term, it started being like 20 and 30 and 40 of them and shit. You're like, wow.
They're coming out. They're coming out of the woodwork.
This is interesting. Well, that's another thing that got the Democrats in trouble about illegal health care. So in the 2020 election, in the primary, every one of them said they would vote to give illegal aliens health care. Every one. Oh, wait, that was in the
It was 2022. 2022, and then there are like 9 Democrats on stage, and I think it's the young lady that does the Today Show. I forget her name, the cute one. Anyway, she asked the question: "Are you trying to fund, a healthcare system for illegal aliens?" And all 9 of the Democrats on stage raised their hand, and then the audience burst into cheers. Like, yeah, no, I don't want to. Why are we paying for someone who's come here illegally to have health insurance? That's sending the wrong message.
Well, that's something else that the Republicans have been talking about. So you can come to this country right now. You're going to get Medicaid. You're going to get food stamps. You're going to get about $1,500 to $2,000 a month in money, and they're going to put you up in a really nice hotel.
And they're going to give you a Social Security card that you can, earn money on and spend. So that your company has to pay taxes on, so the government gets fatter and you can stay in the country still illegally and hide.
Yeah, well, they're not supposed to give them that anymore.
Well,
no more Social Security cards.
They aren't supposed to bring them.
Oh no, they went through. Yeah, but they went through the rolls. Doge did, and I forgot how many. They said it was a couple million that are coming off the rolls. That's what they that's when what's his name was still there, Elon. He said there was a couple of million on there that had to come off the rolls, and they took all the ones off that were 100 years old, 150 years old, 200 years old. There was a lot of people in America that was living to be like 300 years old. People, it was crazy. I wonder what kind of food they were eating. No, really, no, Jeff, no, really. I mean, Doge found, I think the oldest one was like 350 years old or something. But there was a bunch of people like 120, 140, 150.
No, there was someone who was 600 and some years old, I think. I thought.
It might have been. It might have been.
Yeah.
It's no, it was ridiculous. Oh yeah, because there was at least two that were before the founding of the nation.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I'm fucking serious. You think I'm playing with you? I'm not. I'm being serious.
There was a whole list they went through. There was like this many people were 100, this many people were 120, you know, this many people were 121, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30, 40, 50, 600 years old. Where was like 5 of them, 602 years old. There was like 2 of them, and like 607 years old was like or he was going to be 607 in the next following year, is getting IRS return checks for income. Who the fuck is 606 years old? I want to know what this guy's goddamn secret is. Cut him up, vivisection him, and science his ass so we can all live 600 freaking years. One for all for one. What do you say?
Oh no, Jimmy. Some of these accounts were decades old. Somebody was getting that money. They don't know who, but somebody was getting that money.
Decades.
We don't even know how much. They didn't even say how much was being paid to each individual.
Well, there's you know, what did they lose? 29 trillion a few years back, wasn't that it?
I know it was I don't think it was trillion, but maybe 20. I don't know, but I don't think it was that high.
It was a lot. It was a shitload of money all at once that the Democrats lost 5 or 6 years or 8 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever that was under Obama. What the fuck was that? It was probably what they did. They found this error. It was all this money was going to the IRS to 600-year-old people that can't exist in our science, and yet they're not going to try to track this down and find out who's got that money, where it went. I'd be furious if I was. I mean, I am furious. It was our money, our tax money.
It's definitely our money. It's well, they were sending checks to somebody. That's what the real problem is, and they don't know who the checks were going.
And they don't know where it went. Where is it?
Yeah, they don't. They have not a clue where it went. All they know is there was somebody was getting and cashing federal income tax checks.
Federal income tax return checks.
Yeah, but nobody exactly knows who.
Millions of dollars fluffed. You might as well just call it toilet paper, for fuck's sake. Pardon my French.
It's what it is, people. I mean, we were being robbed. That's why you need to have these. They go through all these agencies. Look at USAID, the shit it was giving away, and the stuff it was doing that had nothing to do with our country, not even a fucking little bit.
Yeah, and why do you think the Democrats were in power for so long? Because they were swiping 10% clean off the top before taxes off of all of that illegal shit. Boom. And now they got caught with their fingers in the candy jar, and they're pissed that they have to pay the piper. Well, they made Trump pay the piper. Now it's your turn. Fuck all y'all. If you Democrats are corrupt, you should be taken out. If you're a Republican and you're corrupt, you should be taken out. Period.
No, Chris, they just no. That's bullshit. It's too much money going too many. Come on. So there was one all together in 3 different places. They found $55 million for condoms.
Yo, even if it was $1 million, that went. That's irresponsible enough, and those leaders should be taken out.
But how many people live in the Middle East? I mean, how many condoms will we giving these people? Because you got to remember, half the population is women. I guess we were giving them to them too. I guess, yeah. You know,
look at some of the tallies. They spent $500 million on circumcisions for people in like Zaire or Namibia, some country in Africa. Why? They're not American citizens. Why are we paying for their fucking surgeries? Let their doctors do that. If the guy wants one, go ahead and get it. Let him get one.
Yeah, I'm still not exactly sure why we were paying for that kind of stuff either.
Why? It makes no sense. None whatsoever.
We was getting screwed, blued, and tattooed. People is what we were getting.
Raked over the coals, as it were.
What bothers me,
exaggeration, really.
Yeah, what bothers me is how few Democrats really were concerned about it. It's like, well, you know, it's just
they're trying to flip the blame like everyone else, like it's Doge's fault. It's not his fault. It's the Democrats' fault.
But well, yeah, nobody's going for it. It's Doge's fault. They can get over that one, but
they're still trying to pass it off that way.
Yeah, they want to, but they can't because all this was before any of them were even in office. So that's kind of out of the way there. But I mean, they were showing that with US aid, how many of these things were a decade old and stuff that we were still doing. I mean, really?
Yeah.
A lot of these were Obama era stuff that we were still doing. Well, they didn't give Trump enough time to find out in his first term. Trump was doing good, and then COVID hit, and all hell broke loose. And then those last 2 years was pretty much all it was.
Obama called up his buddy, Uncle China Joe, and said, "Call your buddies in China." And that's when COVID hit, distracting the country. And then there was that fiasco for 4 years, and then another 4 years, and more fiasco, and then us. Now here we are.
Just well, no, Mike. I mean, we didn't have anything to do with that. I mean, what bothered me how much they fucking denied Wuhan. It was a leak at Wuhan. I still, even now, I can't get over that.
I'm not unconvinced it wasn't an actual attempt at chemical attack from China to see if they could get us off guard.
No, but the fucking problem is we were paying for it.
Not them first.
Yeah, but the problem is we were paying for it, and according to them and us, 4 more people died here than died in China, which I have a hard time believing.
Because if people don't remember, one of the things that was later on found out, one of the first things that came out was that it was 100% an engineered disease. It was not accidental or nature or any kind of mutant thing that came out of a baboon's ass. I don't care what they ever told you. It was an engineered, designed weapon. A. B. The core disease for that came from a place not far from here in Maryland. Where they have things like that, anthrax and other nasty bugs that will make you bleed from your eyes for 2 minutes before you die painfully.
Well, Fauci was paying for it. So, he was paying for the gain of function research. However it got out and got over here, was ridiculous. I mean, we had people in Wuhan when it happened. I mean, America had people in Wuhan in the station. It still has people in Wuhan.
Well, I should also remind people that several years prior, in like 30 some years, is it 30 years? God, it's 30 years. The 90s? Joe, we're old, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still
there
young,
was
man.
the SRS attack in the subways, several of them, like 2 or 3 of them in Japan, which killed lots of people. The core virus for that also came from that facility across the street there near Frederick, Maryland. And it's, I think, also the very same, not necessarily the same strain, but the same kind of disease as what COVID became. They both came out of, U.S. military biological research, and then tainted by some foreign power and used against us. And then I think that's two strikes against China. If it happens again, bomb the shit out of them.
Oh no, you're talking. All right, Christian. No, you're talking about the hospital. Yeah, I don't know where you got it. It was a jail cell. No, it was a hospital, and the whole front wall fell off of it. Oh yeah, nobody knows how it fell off. It just did. Yeah, the whole entire front wall collapsed and fell off the hospital. Yeah, we got video of it. It's probably, if Facebook hasn't done it, it's still probably on the Facebook page. Yeah, we had a guy. Well, actually, we had a couple people there.
What hospital? In Gaza Strip?
No, in Wuhan.
Oh,
doing the Wuhan
where the
thing.
accident happened? Wow.
Yeah. There was a hospital that was so overrun, the whole facade of the front of the hospital just fell off the hospital. Killed all kind of fucking people. Yeah, there was, and then we've got videos of them carrying body bags to those 40 incinerators they brought in, and the body bags are still moving. That's also on Facebook somewhere. Yeah, I mean, we literally had 4 or 5 people that were there that were for some reason allowed to film in Wuhan, and they were sending this shit. Well, I still got the file somewhere.
Bill, are you surprised though that a communist dictatorship is throwing living people kicking and screaming in a body bag into a fire?
No, I mean, everyone.
Hitler did it. So. Hitler did it. When we found out, we were shocked, but these guys are doing it in plain sight, and no one's saying a damn thing. You know.
Well, in their cases, these were people that were probably walking dead, basically. I'm pretty sure that's how they felt about it anyway.
Well, they could have given a lethal shot of something before they stuck him in the flames.
Well, I mean, they might have been dead or on their way to dying, and that was just reaction from what was going on. But it was pretty horrific to watch. I'm
possibility. Okay, all right. I'll grant you a possibility of rigor mortis. Because rigor mortis before the body
no, see, that's the thing.
There's a point where it does this, and then it stiffens.
It does look like it might have been a little bit more than that, but
I don't know. I've never seen rigor mortis, so I can't say.
I have, unfortunately.
I've seen someone mortally wounded, but I didn't see them actually eventually die. But the wound they received, they wouldn't have survived anyway.
I could know. We mean dead people. You have some dead people, unfortunately. What's really creepy is when you walk up on a dead person if their eyes are still open because they're all white and glowing at you and shit. Looks like something out of a fucking horror movie. It's I mean, well, the person's dead and oh no, they'll fart and stuff. You'll be standing next to them and they'll fart and shit. You'll be like, what? Did the dead person just fart?
All their muscles relax, so everything comes out. They'll evacuate their bowels and their bladder and their gases, and then their eyes will roll to the back of their head and widen open. Like you see in Hollywood when they do this. No. When you die, your body, the gases in your body begin to expand. Your eyes are the first thing to catch those gases, so your eyelids can't close over them because you're getting Popeye. So don't believe Hollywood all the time.
Yeah, it's what's that?
Something's dead.
That is true, John. Most people defecate themselves when they die.
And pee themselves.
Yeah, so it is. Well, I could have said it a different way. I was just being polite, but it is true. It does happen.
Quite frequently.
Yeah, well, it's a shock to the body, I imagine. Yeah.
Not so much a shock. It's just the muscles and everything relax enough that it's just. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but
there's no way you can stop it, even if you wanted to.
Yeah, but it's still, some of it might be the initial shock when you first died, the overtaking of the body, because your brain's still alive for a little while. So
sometimes up to 6 minutes.
I know, Gene. Doesn't that scare the shit out of you that your brain's still alive? I know that's just creepy shit. But it is true. Your brain is still alive for a while. Sometimes it's just seconds, but sometimes it's longer. Well, it dictates on what killed you. Were you decapitated and you bled to death in like 8 seconds? No.
If you were decapitated, instant stop of all brain activity. If your heart is instantly stopped or destroyed, instant. Well, you have about 6 minutes of oxygen. If you breathe in before the heart exploded, your brain will be active for 6 minutes until it runs out of oxygen, at which point death will occur. So, yeah, it's either immediate or very quick. And it's not always 6 minutes. It's up to, like Joe said, it could be 1 minute and 2 seconds. It could be 30 seconds. It could be 1 second. It could be 10 minutes.
What you got for us, Stephanie? You got like 16 minutes. Well, sometimes we run to one, but I'm hungry. I got hungry. I'm sorry. Well, technically,
it is already 1 o'clock where I am. So
yeah,
I'm an hour ahead of
we're already over. Yeah. Well, Jay and I do run sometimes 4 and sometimes 3, but so you're going to get like another 10, 15 minutes tops. So what's your question? Why does everybody hate Trump? Well, first off, everybody doesn't hate Trump, or he wouldn't be president. And secondly, I noticed the world stage he's starting to do much better on. More and more people are getting respect. As far as, and I agree with what you just said, as far as the Nobel Peace Prize goes, they're a bunch of fuck faces. There was no way this girl should have got this over him. I'm not saying anything about the Venezuelan lady because I'm sure what she's doing is great. It's just when I read about what she was doing compared to what Trump's doing.
Can she refuse it?
No, she's not going to because she needs some money. But
well, no, but can she refuse it? Is that a possibility?
I guess it is. Yeah, I don't see why not.
They're like, fuck you, give it to Trump. He stopped 7, almost 8 wars now. We'll find out Monday. Hopefully, these idiots are smart enough to realize that if they don't, all hell will break loose.
Just in, Trump drops new 100% tariff on China. He just said, "Fuck you, China."
I got a question for you, Joe. Do you think, and this is how they're portraying it on the news this week, this past last night of the day before, they're saying, and the way Trump's worded it, he says that he's trying to. It seems like he's trying to pass off that he's got Netanyahu on a short leash, and he's a rabid dog, and Trump just can't wait to let go of the leash.
Well, he can't. I don't think he has to be a threat. Netan's crazy. He wants. But I will say this: that he has agreed to the boundaries for the Palestinians, and these other countries are agreeing to come in and help police it, so there's no terrorists there. So they're talking about a multinational police force and turning Palestine into something much different than it was. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But what have I'm not. What have we seen in the past? I'm not optimistic. I'm as optimistic on this as I am about senatorial disclosure on UFOs. Not optimistic at all on either one of those fronts. Reason is, in the past, what have we seen? The Hamas says, "Okay, no, we don't like this treaty. Okay, we like this treaty. We'll come to the table now." And then they'll give them like, "Okay, you have 7 days to make an agreement." And then on day 8, they're like, "Boom, we don't like it," and it starts all over again. So. What are we going to see on Monday? We're going to see just a rehash of past events. They start again, or
they did manage to have 20 years of peace before this shit happened, and you go all the way back to Gaddafi and then way back in the day, and then there's been times it's just they need to make sure it sticks this time. They get close, and then somebody like Hamas goes apeshit and just kills a bunch of people.
Well, what about some of the other groups?
Like I don't even know what the reason was. Well, a lot of the other groups we've cut deals with or worked out things with now. So, I don't.
Well, and why are we cutting deals with terrorists? Why don't we just go in there and let Netanyahu just wipe them all out? Because that's what he wants to do.
Because we can't let him do it. He'll start World War III, and if we do it, we'll have to listen.
I think he already did, to be honest with you. But
cry and whine for the next 10 years. Democrats will be crying unless somebody attacks us. So wait, what's this China did? So it's just been learned that China has taken an extraordinary aggressive position on trade and sending an extremely hostile letter to the world. Oh shit, to the world, stating
read it
that that's what I'm doing. That they were going to effective November 1st, 2025, impose large scale export controls on virtually every product they make, and some not even made by them. This affects all countries without exception and was obviously a plan devised. Wait, where'd it go? I lost my position. I'm sorry. I'm saying, and it was obviously a plan devised by them years ago. It's absolutely unheard of in international trade and moral disgrace in dealing with other nations, Trump wrote in True Social. So let's see what we're going to do. Based on the fact that China has taken this unprecedented position and speaking only for the U.S. and no other nations who were similarly threatened starting November 1st, 2025 or sooner, depending on further actions and changes by the Chinese government, the United States of America will impose a tariff of 100% on China. Over the above, and any tariffs that they are currently paying. Also, November 1st will impose export controls on any and all critical software going to China. China, you don't start a war you shouldn't have got into. It is impossible to believe that China would have taken
their economy's already fucked. Pardon my French.
But it is impossible to believe that China would have taken such action, but they have, and they have, and the rest is history. Oh, okay. Sorry. It's the way they wrote that didn't sound right to me. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Is this economical suicide?
I don't know. This is trying to prove a point. They're going to try to make the world The problem is they're falling apart. Their country's
Where
crashing,
does
and
their
they don't.
economy fall worldwide? Do we know yet? Hey, Google.
Right now, they're number
where does
2 as
China's
far as
economy
money
fall
goes. They're number 2.
worldwide?
They should. Last I checked, they were number 2.
Encyclopedia. China has the world's second largest economy by nominal GDP and since 2016 has been the world's largest economy when measured by purchasing power parity.
Number 2.
Sorry, I didn't.
Hey, Google, stop.
Google's like, I didn't go number 2. Don't say that about me, you bastard.
Yeah, they're number 2, allegedly.
Yeah. And their buying power is actually bigger. Yeah, their buying power is actually larger than the United States, but their potential buying powers, but they don't have the money we have. So their buying power actually isn't larger. But
their shit's a lot cheaper too.
Well, they're going by their population, and so with 1.4 billion people compared to a country with only 350 million, their buying power.
What does the average Chinese worker make?
But still, it doesn't really matter. I mean, still, even if one person's buying one thing, because it's not just what China's making, it's what they're paying for outside the country. They still got to pay those rates because nobody cares what Chinese make. And China is not as poor as people think they are. I know a lot of people in China these days, and they're living pretty damn good. They're living like a lot of Americans, usually in smaller places.
Don't they have socialism as well? I mean, it's a lot of things are shared, like,
No, they got like communism and democracy. It's a fucked up kind of government they got over there right now.
It doesn't sound like they go together. It's lasted longer. No, not longer, but about the same time, maybe a little bit longer than Russia now.
Yeah,
or the USSR, excuse me.
Yeah, so
that's why we played that song in the beginning, because the only war left that Trump has to stop is the war with Russia and Ukraine. So back to the USSR.
Poor Russia.
That was clever.
Was such a huge power, and now they're such a just a wannabe. Let's see. Russia does what? What you doing, Russia? You got in trouble again? Russia, stay out of trouble for a change. Russia cancels.
Not with Putin in charge, they won't. With him out, maybe we get someone who's like more, want to play ball with everybody.
Look, computer, don't just be throwing random shit up here without data asking for it.
That's what happens with AI, dude. That's why I don't mess with it.
Well, I was going to read you something, and then it just decided to disappear. I'm going to break from the party line. Obama's Department of Homeland Security, Secretary Jay Johnson list. Democrats are fucking stupid morons and just need to disband their party. You can't say that, chick. Jaya Johnson.
What was her name?
J-E-H Johnson.
Yeah.
She's saying open the government, just making y'all look bad. She wants them to break the. She said
a bunch of greedy fucks. Pardon my French.
Well, it's not looking good for the Democrats. The Republicans. The Republicans got their hands full too, but Trump. Because I noticed something the other day. Gas has gotten cheaper down here in the last week or two, but food has come down. So we're paying $3.33 for an 18-pack of eggs now. That's pretty damn good, actually.
How much?
$3.33.
They're usually like between 4 and 5 up here.
The highest they got to down here was 6, and they were at 5 for a while, like $5.59. But right now they're $3.33. That's for an 18-pack too. That's not for a 12.
Yeah, we usually buy the 18 pack. So,
and I think you can get a 12-pack right now for like $169. Yeah, they're still not back to where they were, but they're getting there quick. But it's not just that. I noticed several other products when I ordered groceries yesterday had gone down because I spent about $300 on groceries yesterday, and then there were several items that had gone down quite a bit too. I was surprised, and so I was surprised and happy, I guess is what I should say, because that's what I was. The Navy just fired their commanding officer of the USS Wyoming.
What? Why?
I don't know. We've been finding people all over the place. At this rate, we're not going to have any fucking military left. Oh wait, we got to hear this. Let's see. Let's go get this right quick. This is Jay's lover here. We're gonna play. Well, you know, no, he said they them. What are you talking about? People, you don't even know what you're talking about. Yes, a they them. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
They them. Something.
Didn't you
Anyway.
hear what Pete Hegseth said? There is no such thing. We're done with that crap. Move on.
Oh, the they them people hate me. They specifically hate me because I always tell all of them the same thing. If you think you're they or them, that means you are schizoid, and you should seek professional help immediately. No, I'm serious. That's go look it up for yourself.
Well,
If you
referring
think
to
you're
yourself
more
in
than
the third
one
person
person,
is kind of nuts or schizoid.
you know. Well,
All right, it's up there.
You
I had it up there for you.
Oh no, I realized it right as I clicked it. Okay, so this is Anderson Pooper talking about Jay's girlfriend, Lita James.
In PolitiFact, the day after she was elected in 2018, Letitia James was
no,
asked by a
the other
community
Sean's
activist
girlfriend.
if she was going to sue President Trump, and she replied, quote, "Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain." According to PolitiFact, the day after she was elected in 2018, Letitia James was asked by a community activist if she was going to sue President Trump, and she replied, quote, "Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the ass. He's going to know my name personally." I mean, that's not a great look for somebody who has just been elected or just been campaigning, who hasn't even looked, I guess, at deeply at any evidence.
Anderson Cooper addressed the fresh indictment of Letitia James Thursday on
Look how
CNN,
cute you are.
where he
Let me pinch your
lambasted the
little
New York
cheeks.
Attorney General for how she handled her previous vow to
Why
zero
can't they
in
let
on
it say in
President
their
Trump.
own name? I mean, their own words.
I don't know.
I don't understand that we got to hear somebody else tell us. Why can't they just let the person tell us?
Dumb ad here.
It
coming
was
on.
not a great
There you go.
look, the CNN star said. The anchor discussed James's conversation with a community activist
Whoa, man, her
who asked
boobs
in
as big as her
2018
head.
if James was ready to sue the president, just one day after she won the attorney general election.
Will you sue him for us? Oh, we're gonna definitely sue him. We're gonna be a real pain in the ass. He's gonna know my name personally.
I mean, that's not a great look for somebody who has just been elected, who'd just been campaigning, who hasn't
Wow.
even looked, I guess, deeply at any evidence, Cooper said. James then followed through with her agenda and sued the Trump Organization on claims the company inflated the value of the real estate empire, leading to a judgment against the president and hundreds of millions in fines. Then, in a twist, $355 million in penalties was thrown out by a higher court in August after Trump successfully appealed the case. Now the tables have turned, and James was indicted on charges of bank fraud in Virginia Thursday. Democratic politicians are calling it out as political retribution. James, who has denied any wrongdoing, is also claiming the prosecution is pure politics. These charges are baseless, and the president's own public statements make clear that his only goal is political retribution at any cost, James said.
Well, Lita, maybe you're right, but he sure is kicking your ass. Hey, what's
Thank you,
this?
Chairman. I thank the gentleman. I recognize.
Here's my hair blow dried with no product, and here's my hair blow
Hey,
dried
man.
with
We don't care
hairdresser's
about your hair.
invisible oil primer.
The gentleman.
We got to
from
go
Texas,
bite. I got to go
Mr.
night night. I don't care about your hair. Get
Secretary
out of here.
McMahon, thank you for joining us here today. Right now, the administration that you are a part of is pushing for a massive tax break for billionaires paid for.
Okay, whatever. that just sounds like that was going to aggravate me right off the bat. So, no, Dean. One question. What is it? Because we got to go, man. What are you sending me? Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, but it's, no, I see what you mean, and I see where Whoopi and them are jumping on their audience, but it's not. They're not talking other than when they show that somebody else is. That's aggravating. Massive 7.8 magnitude earthquake strikes Drake Passage. What the
Philippines.
7.8, man? That's fucking big.
Philippines.
It just says strikes Drake Passage. I don't know where that's at. It's got Africa up here right now. Or is that South America? I think that's South America, actually.
Is it East Africa or West Africa?
No, I think I actually think this is South America. Actually, I think I was wrong. Let me pop up the map and see if I can actually see it. If you're gonna give me a map, no, you're not gonna give me a map, are you? You're just gonna give me a half-ass
I think
shit.
there was an earthquake in the Philippines today too.
Yeah. Okay. This was right. Okay. All the way at the bottom of South America, between South America and the Arctic. That's the passage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's
And
where it
Africa
was.
is the Cape of Good Hope. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's. I never knew it was called the Drake Passage. I never heard it called that before. But anyway, it was a big one, almost 8. So look out for tsunamis. I don't know where anybody is around there. But
Australia, New Zealand.
if you're
Chile,
in the Antarctic right now,
Brazil, possibly
yeah,
Bolivia.
that's kind of
Peru,
far away off there. They're gonna probably be okay. Jesse,
Easter Island.
you know, there's been a lot of earthquakes lately, but I couldn't tell you why.
The
Marcus
Pacific
Tumble
Rim is experiencing a massive uptick. Even Hawaii Island itself, Mauna Loa, the largest volcano on the island, is erupting. And they said when the news story I heard the reporter said it was at a faster rate than it had been previously. Like it was pushing out more lava than previously before.
Might be. It's what's this, Mike?
Something's
China's newest
cooking.
tank. Well, there's something going on. China's newest tank is doing the opposite of everyone else. Well, good for them. I'm not really interested, but good for them. Siberian Black Arrow rifle that stops vehicles and infrastructure. Looks badass, but I'm still not interested. Sorry, fact check. Spying is spying, Mr. Fuckface. Y'all want to know who Fuckface is? Fuckface is what's his name? Smith. Jack Smith, is that was his name? The guy, no, the special counsel people that was going after Trump. The one that had to stop because he won.
Comey.
No, Jack Smith, that's his name. Jack
Oh,
Smith.
okay.
He's a special. No, Comey's FBI agent. Jack is a special counsel. He's they do when they want to go find something. Well, they found that recently that he was spying on 8 senators.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he's in trouble.
Yeah, he's in big trouble.
Yeah, Democrats, no, they were just doing whatever they wanted. They didn't think Trump was going to win, and they would have more time to cover this up.
They were sure he wasn't going to win. In fact, the tricks they were playing, they thought for sure that their shit was going to work.
Jackie, you mean what's his name? Kirk. I can't think of his first name for some reason.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk. Yeah. Well, no, it's a shame. I mean, with the exception of a few Democrats, nobody else really was happy that he died. No. Oh, Dean, I'm glad you said that. Before we go, let me. I forgot all about that.
Drinking some food porn.
So 2 things before we go. The United States got 2 new weapons in its arsenal. It has this new wicked machine gun things. It's a drone killer. That's what it does. May you be good, sweetie.
A flying phalanx.
So it's I don't know, explain it. It's I should have kept the damn article. So it's got 6 barrels, and they're weirdly aimed and shaped, and it puts out just. I'm watching. It's got a little thing where the bullets come out. Oh, this thing is just dumping bullets like you wouldn't fucking believe. And the way it does it, when you see it from the front, it puts like a spray. It's like a shotgun spray, but it's all bullets. It's wicked, man.
Well, that's kind of like the phalanx. The phalanx does the same thing. It's radar controlled. It's a Gatling gun, 20 millimeter, and it shoots out a wall of lead, 100 and the width and length of a football field. It's 100 yards wide and 33 feet wide, or 100 yards long and 33 feet wide, 33 yards wide.
So now we've got these new submersible drones. Get this shit. You're gonna love this. I'm going to talk about this at the beginning of the show, and I forgot. We got these new submersible drones that can go underwater and track boats. They can also come out of the water and fly to catch up with the boat, go back, attach themselves underneath the boat, and stay there until such a time the boat's in a position that they can do more damage by blowing it up, maybe take out more than one boat at one time. This is crazy technology. And then they got another one called the Swarm. So technically these would be mines, but these are mines that can move around and come after you and shit.
Joe, you want to check this out?
This
Listen
is
to
crazy
this.
shit. It's getting scary, man.
So the phalanx shoots out, like I said, a football fields wide long spray of lead bullets, which is 360 feet long, 110 meters by 160 feet, 49 meters wide. Basically covering a total of 1.32 acres. 1 acre of lead shot in one. That's how fast the phalanx shoots out 1 acre's wide worth of bullets.
Oh, it's insane. Man.
That's insane. That would destroy a plane, a helicopter, a nuclear rocket, a space rocket, a boat.
Oh,
a large boat.
And then we've got these new drones that swim like fish. They look like fish.
Well, those are speculated on by Martin Caden in the book Cyborg, which became the preface for the TV show The $6 Million Man. In that book, Steve Austin loses his left arm, his left eye, and his right and left legs mid-thigh, and becomes the Bionic Man. And on the first mission, they send him out in a submarine, and then they shoot him and another device out of the submarine in torpedo tubes. And then when they go outside the torpedo tubes, the torpedoes break open, and he's inside a remote-controlled dolphin. And there's a drone dolphin that follows him, and he swims the dolphins to shore. And the one dolphin that follows has his gear in it, like oxygen tanks and masks and guns and stuff. And then he does his mission. So that happened in 1973, I think. He wrote that book. Think about that.
You know, it's funny because back in the 80s, we used to get contactees that would tell us that the birds were spying on them. There was some type of robotic birds, which, by the way, we have today. We have robotic roaches like they had on.
We have robotic flies.
Every kind of shit.
Yeah,
it's
nanites, dude.
It's no, Jimmy. It's literally insane. The stuff that we have. Oh no, man. I mean, no, literally, it's insane.
Insane, and some of it's incredibly in the wrong hands, dangerous stuff.
Yeah, it is. Let me see if I can find this one last thing before we leave. Where'd it go? I might still have it in here. Let's see. Video release of congressional hearing shows mysterious craft survives missile hit. That's old stuff. Putin reacts to Nobel Prize. Agents arrest woman in Chicago. Yeah, runs him over. Macron reappoints Lecornu. I guess that's the guy that stepped down from France yesterday. Experts predict possible chaos in Russia this winter. Half of Russia may be looted. Not what we're looking for. Trump says China trade shocking, whatever. Muslim activist cites First Amendment as defense for vandalizing church. What the fuck is that about? Escalation in Gulf of Aden as Houthis missile strikes destroy a British destroyer. Russian bombers hit targets near NATO. Where is this thing at? GOP blocks Dems. Oh, this was what we were talking about earlier. GOP blocks Dems military pay bills for government shutdown. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Reach frontline Ukraine chef. Oh, and the Ukrainian commander says things have changed in the Ukraine.
Oh, in what way?
He says they have the advantage now.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to see how that goes.
What prompted that statement? Something we gave him? New missiles, new weapons?
Don't know. And then this company came out and said, I don't know what the hype is about hypersonic missiles. He said, let me show you how easy they are to knock down. So I'm not sure if these 3 big countries didn't realize they built a Etzel.
They built a what?
An Etzel.
An Etzel.
A lemon. Yeah. It looks like Yeah, I know I had this in here earlier today. I guess I must have took it out. Damn. Trump says China trade movie. Yeah, we already read that. Yeah, I guess I took it out here. Damn, I thought I left it in here.
Well, damn it.
Yeah, I know that sucks. That's what happens, people, when you move stuff around. Yes, Johnny, I'm going to be pissed about the Nobel Peace Prize for a while. It's I thought it was chicken shit thing to do. This Trump has done far more than this woman has, and I'm like I said, I'm not hating on this woman at all. I mean, she sounds like she's trying to help her country, and I'm all for that. But
And
I mean,
maybe half of it is he campaigned too hard for it. I mean, he's like, I deserve it, to be the best.
and
thing
they've
ever.
given
Don't like it.
well, they've given more than one Peace Prize out before, so I'm just no.
Well, they have different categories too, don't they? I mean, they have one for like Nobel Peace
Yeah, but
Prize.
they've given the same prize out there to two people before because of whatever reasons.
Oh, multiple people.
I mean,
yeah.
the science one was 3 people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They gave it to 3 people,
and they don't split it 3 ways. They each get the same, regular or prize amount.
I don't know, Jimmy Lou. We'll find out. What? Oh, like I say every week before we go, any moans, groans, bitches are great. Right to Michelle DeRoche. Wow, you got a bitch? Well, write to Michelle. Writing to me is a waste of time. I'm going to just ignore your ass. I do work, but Michelle's the boss. I get to her anyway. Yes. This camera's been freezing up all night. Hello, welcome to the human race. But anyway, we gotta go. It's past Jay's bedtime.
Who's winning that human race?
I don't know who's in. Which human race anyway? There's probably more than one of us on this damn planet. Well, obvious RH negative. And
That's why
RH
Google and
positive,
Siri
2
can't
different
answer it.
races.
Everyone out there, if you want to lock up your home assistant, Google, Siri, Apple, whatever, ask it who's winning the race. And when it asks what race, you say human race. And it'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Tell you what, Steve, ask us about Bimini Road tomorrow on the other show, on the chat. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Well, actually, since we got the sunken city of the coast of Cuba, which kind of will go around Cuba, lines up with Bimini Bay. Oh, Cuba said they were going to attack Florida and take over, by the way.
Oh, really?
if we didn't leave Venezuela alone.
That's funny.
I was like, with your 1955 tank? I'm like, with what? And you don't really realize it, but when you look at Puerto Rico and the United States, Cuba's in between. They're inside of our coastal waters on both sides. So
yeah.
Technically, they belong to us anyway. That's why we just go over there and do whatever the fuck we want anyhow.
Well, that's what we used to do before, like Kennedy era or whatever, wasn't it? In the 50s, 40s, 50s.
We still do. That's why we got Guantanamo over there.
Yeah, we have a base there, but I mean, it's not like, open border where we can go over and hang out.
Well,
Unless
Obama
you're in the
had
military or Navy.
No, Obama had opened it up some so you could go back and forth a little bit, but I don't know exactly what happened after that. I don't know how much they tightened it up. I know nobody's selling them anything or sending them anything, but they don't have any money anyway. Cuba just needs to come back and be not necessarily a state, but a territory. America just needs to start taking territories. Canada needs to be the next one.
It might have to be a protectorate first, then territory. I don't know how it works, if they have to apply for one or the other. But yeah, I agree. It's
what do you mean? Why not a state? Because we don't want any more states right now. States, you got to make sure are balanced. We can't just start dragging states in. Let's say, we wouldn't make Canada a state. We'd make them a territory.
The NBA, the MLB, PB, all the sports have to
Well, it's not even that. Think of it this way: Canada has 40 million people, and 30 million of them are liberals. We're not going to just go drop them into our voting system.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be fair to everybody else. No. So they'd be like Puerto Rico. They'd get to vote on everything but the president's election. They would have the same rights as we do and vote on everything like we do. Even their taxes would go down 20%.
Yeah.
Just by becoming an American.
Our country's income will go up by 20%.
And they would get better medical. Canada's,
Probably.
they always talk about socialized medicine. Socialized medicine sucks. I've known too many people involved in it now. It sucks.
Well, for-profit medicine and pharmacology also sucks, which is what we're under currently.
Well, I don't know. I like ours. I have never, I've never been turned down by an emergency room, which you can be in England and Europe.
Now
and
there's a code with most emergency rooms that they can't turn you away from any emergency, regardless. You must, even if you can't pay, they must treat you
here. But everywhere else in the world, it's not like that. They can turn you away.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah. So that wasn't always like that in the United States either. That was a law that was passed. Yeah, because private hospitals like, we're not letting you in our hospital. Or you're black, we're not letting you in your hospital. You're Native American, get the fuck out of here. You can't come in our hospital. No, all that shit changed. You have to give aid and comfort. Plus, to you Janice, I'm going to tell you all this before we go. If someone's in danger and something's happening to them and you stop to film them and you don't hurt them, help them, you can go to jail. And you go to jail for a long time. The one guy who watched them kids drown in the back of that car got 15 years. Because he could have easily gotten that water and pulled them kids out of there and saved their lives, and he was too busy filming.
Called for help, which he didn't do that either.
Yeah, but it goes on a lot. People just stop and start filming.
But on the same note, on the same token, there's reasonable threat to self. So I'm an accomplished swimmer. I held a record as an 8 and under swim team member.
Oh, but you didn't have to swim. This water wasn't like neck deep. You could have walked out there.
Doesn't matter. Some people don't have the skill to swim. I'm a skilled swimmer, and I was also a lifeguard. I was trained as a lifeguard not ocean, but poolside. So I'm very familiar with water and all kinds of stuff. So if I can assess that I would be in danger helping them, I could at least call for help and try to assist with a very long stick or rope or whatever else I could find without having danger myself. But he didn't even do that. So that is 100% criminal. You go up to jail for felony for that. So whatever the woman who drove the car into there, she went for felony charges. He did too, or should have.
Yeah. Oh no, Denise, this has happened a few times around the country. They've had people watching people die. Oh, it makes good videotape, and they get paid by the
$10,000 if right outlet gets it.
Yeah, or if you got something really good, you may see more than that.
Yeah, could be.
It's
very well could be.
Well, some of them videos that fetch over $100,000. Just depends what it is. But we got to go, so we're going to go. We'll be back tomorrow in the chat. We'll talk about some of this tomorrow, and we'll talk about maybe some of the connections. Maybe, what we might try to do, since Jay and I are pretty good at this, maybe we'll try to draw a road from Florida into to Cuba, across maybe through Puerto Rico, and then shoot across into the Mediterranean, catch up some of the islands, and then see what the distance is from there to, say, Egypt. I'm just curious. Just to see. Well, because it's not that the Mayans, Aztecs, and Incans copied the Egyptians, because they have different kind of pyramids and different kind of worships. But there are a lot of similarities amongst the two cultures. I should say the 5 cultures.
There's a thing called gematria. Look it up on YouTube, audience. I forget the man's name. He's got the perfect radio voice.
Pete.
But yeah, he does. He talks all about the mathematics that revolve around all of the pyramids.
Yeah.
Aztec,
Chinese, don't you be talking.
Egyptian, all of them. They're all connected. So
there's a lot of that is very connected. But Pete, don't be talking shit about my chihuahuas, buddy. Chihuahuas are the Toltecs dogs, the Tiki. They're one of the oldest dogs on the planet, one of the smartest dogs by far on the planet, one of the most longest living lives, and are considered the most vicious dog on earth. And they're 5 pounds. No, I'm serious. You don't have to take my word for it. They do these big shows where they show you the mean dogs. You see like Rottweilers and Wolfhounds and Corsos. And then at the end, you see a Chihuahua this big. I'm fucking kidding you. Because per pound, they are far more meaner than any other dog. That's why they won't upbreed them. That's why they won't turn them into big dogs, because they're fucking vicious. And they're extremely smart. They are in the top 3 smartest dogs on the planet. I think they say their age equivalent is between 3 and 5.
What's the top smartest dog?
Chihuahua.
That's the top smartest dog? Let's find out.
Yeah.
Hey, Google, what's the smartest dog in the world?
Here's a summary from the website
I love
countrysidevents.net.
I love
Smartest
Google.
dog breeds. Number 5, Golden Retriever. Number
Ooh,
4,
I like a good
Australian
retriever.
Shepherd. Number 3, Poodle.
Australian
Number
Shepherd?
2, German Shepherd. And number 1, Border Collie.
No,
Border
bullshit,
Collie.
Border Collie.
And I have a German Shepherd, number 2. Well, actually, he's not a German Shepherd. He's an attention hound, but he's a good boy.
I've had several Border Collies. There's nowhere near as
I
smart.
didn't understand.
Hey, Google, stop.
She's insane. No, but we were watching AKA today, and that's what they were talking about. They put the Chihuahua number 1 on all of those. They
must be just like Chihuahua biased or something, huh?
No, that's the American kennel. They don't fucking play around with shit. Them and the British kennel, they don't play around. They both have them listed as the smartest dog and one of the oldest breeds and one of the top 3 oldest living dogs. I mean, my last Chihuahua lived 18 years old, and some of them live well over 20. Whereas dogs usually, over say 50 pounds, don't usually live more than 7 to 10. So one of the reasons I didn't mind getting them, because I had a couple of shepherds, I had a couple of labs and stuff, and a couple of golden retrievers. And
Labs
labs
are pretty smart. Shepherds are real smart if they're trained.
It's just. But the thing with a Chihuahua is it is smart, but what are you going to train? You can't really train it to attack anybody. Chew its fucking toe off or something. The little razor sharp teeth they got, but no, Jack. The little Chihuahuas have piranha teeth. Yeah. So the bigger Chihuahuas' teeth are rounded like regular dogs' teeth, but the smaller Chihuahuas, anything under 4 pounds, have like baby teeth. You know, them sharp baby teeth cats and dogs have.
But it's not like just that. It's like the alien, like from Aliens, with like row after row after row of little tiny pointy sharp baby teeth.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
they are. Well, no. So the Tiki dog was a little bit bigger than today's Chihuahua. Not a lot bigger, but a little bit bigger. Well, no. Today a Chihuahua to be show dog can't be taller than 6 inches tall or 6 pounds. That's max.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah. So that's a max. They can be at 6 pounds and 6 inches.
So you try to show your dogs at dog shows.
I don't. I get.
Otherwise,
my
you wouldn't know that. Why else do you know that? I mean, you must have tried to.
Well, both my dogs are registered. One of them's got a chip. One of them I need to chip the other one. But no, I always buy paper dogs. Because usually if you get them from a reputable breeder, you get a good healthy dog. But I got one of my dogs is from Alabama, and one's an Alabama dog. One's a Vietnam dog. He's not actually from Vietnam. His parents are from there.
Oh,
he's or she is. They're both she dogs.
A
Lola could be
Vietnamese
shown.
Chihuahuanese.
Yeah, Lola could be shown as a show dog. She's got all the right, and Chihuahua's tails have to curl and shit. They gotta do all kind of shit. It's no, Fiona's too big. She's a big girl. Yeah, she's a lover dog. Maxie could have been shown, but he was ugly, and Charlie was too big too. Charlie was. I actually thought about getting Charlie registered as a super Chihuahua or something because he was 18 pounds, but he wasn't a fat dog. He was just tall. He was 12, almost 13 inches tall, about 18 inches long. He was huge for a Chihuahua, but he was 100% pure Chihuahua. I had him checked out because I thought maybe he had like some Jack Russell in him or something. You know, because the Jack Russells kind of look like the Chihuahuas with floppy ears and a little bit bigger.
Minus the curly tail.
Yeah, minus the tail. But they're rambunctious and they get the zoomies just like Chihuahuas do. Micah, zoomies is when your dog goes apeshit through your house.
Oh,
up on the couch, up on the floor. Yeah, just like a cat. And that's another thing. Fucking little Chihuahuas think they're cats. Lola sleeps on the edge, the arm of the couch, on the back of the couch, on the back of my neck. She thinks she's a fucking cat.
German Shepherd thinks he's a cat too.
Well, what the fuck that's about, man?
Thinks he's a chief cat, as a matter of fact.
Hey, see, Jesse, now, Jesse, we tried to leave 25 minutes ago. Now it's 2 o'clock Jay's time. He don't even know if his eyes are inside of his head anymore. It's 1 o'clock my time. Well, motherfucker, you live in Cali. It's only 12 o'clock your time. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah. Okay. Fuck you, assholeo. You understood that? Okay. Fuck you, asshole.
Coming up on
No,
3 hours and 35 minutes being on this show, and I did the Church of Mavis before this for 2 hours on that, so that's 5.5 plus hours.
And you know Jeffrey's particularly.
Yes.
When Jeffrey goes
I
like
know.
this.
Yeah.
See, y'all can't do that. You can't make your hands go in two different directions, can y'all? It's not as easy as it looks, people. I remember somebody asked me one time, "Can you chew gum and rub your belly?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, you rub and tap, and then you
Yeah.
switch. Yeah.
No, actually, I'm really good at weird stuff like that for some reason. But I was also not quite really ambidextrous, but real close to it.
I am ambidextrous, and I am also weirdly talented like that. I think all contactee abductees are in that same way.
Well, I got this arm chewed up as a kid. From the dog just started here and chewed all the way down here, and then bit me on the ass. So I couldn't use this arm, so I had to learn to write. That was pretty good. Then I broke it and had to use. So after a while, I just got used to using my left hand, and I always wrote like, let me see, like my arm curved.
Yeah, most people writing left have to write that way in order to form the letters because the way it slants if you're right-handed.
Yeah. Oh no! When I drive, I favor my left hand. I usually drive with my left hand. I do a lot of stuff with my left hand. It's just part of life. Yeah.
Think about this: European cars and the Mad Max. If you watch the Mad Max movies, okay, that's basically the car he's driving. The last of the V8 Interceptors is a Ford plant, Austria plant, Falcon XB coupe, two-door coupe, which is basically the Australian version of the Mustang. They called it the Falcon. You know why they call it the Falcon? Because the Mustang was built on the same platform that the Ford Falcon was built on, same chassis. But it was a right-hand drive, so you had to shift with your left hand. You clutch with your right foot. I'm sorry, you gas with your right foot, brake with your right foot, and clutch with your left foot, just like you would in an American car. But in an American car, you shift with your right hand. In a British or an Australian car, you're shifting with your left. Think about that. If you don't have that dexterity, you're going to crash.
Yes, you're gonna crash. Well, no. When I got out of the Navy for about a year, I drove an ice cream truck, and it's like a mail truck. The steering wheel's on the opposite side. Yeah, because you got to be able to get out and through the window and give people shit and stuff. No, I really did. It was called Sweet Streets, and I made about $700 a week selling ice cream. Well, today that would be about $1,700 a week. Might even be more than that. It might be closer to about $2,500 a week.
Yeah, some of those ice cream truck sandwiches, the ice cream sandwiches are $2.50 for just an ice cream sandwich, or $3 for what is it, orange dreamsicle? They used to be $1.25, 75 cents when I was a kid.
Yeah. So what I did was I decided instead of riding through all the neighborhoods, I would hit all the factories at lunchtime and stuff. And oh man, I'd sell out a lot of days. My boss came, he said, "What the hell are you doing? How are you selling out?" He said, "Joe, nobody's ever sold out on this route before. Nobody's ever done this good." I said, "Because they were dumbasses and didn't realize what they had on their route." And sure enough, I did. I'd sell out. And one of the funniest things was this guy came up one day and he goes, "Man, I ain't got no money." He said, "You smoke weed?" I said, "Well, it's been a while because I've been in the Navy." He said, "Well, look, I'll give you this half a joint for an ice cream." I'm like, "A half a joint, dude?" He said, "Oh, that's the best weed you're gonna ever smoke." And I'm like, I said, "You know what? I come through here, like, I'll give you damn ice cream." He gives me a joint. I get home that night, I light it up, smoke. I was fucking ripped. That might not have been a pass, but it was fucking good. And a seed popped out of it, and I planted it in the thing in the bathroom, and some bitch grew. But it was like a dwarf plant, and the veins were red, so you could pop a leaf off and just let that red shit drip on the paper, and man, you get ripped. And when it finally budded, it made all these little runt buds like this. We got like an ounce, maybe 2 ounces out of it. It's no, people, that was way back when. I don't do that kind of stuff now. I don't even smoke that shit anymore. No, I'll leave that for everybody else on the network. Yeah. No, man. No, I don't do that. I'm a good boy. Yeah, a good boy. Anyway, we got to go. I want to thank everyone for tuning into United Public Radio and UFO in the cover and all that good stuff. And news on the flip side. No, I meant to say UFO Paranormal Radio, but be sure to come check us out tomorrow. I'll be on at the Arthur's Quill early in the day, and then Jay and I will be wreaking havoc on the chat. Or maybe our good friend Amelia will stop by, and we'll talk about some food porn or something. And what do you mean? Well, you know, we're gonna go, but we'll talk about this again. You can ask us again tomorrow. I have been thinking about bringing segments back to the show because we would do some heavy hitting segments, but we'd bring in special hosts for it. Yeah, it made it easier on the host. It also gave us a little bit longer break too. Well, instead of y'all having to listen to long 10 or 15-minute breaks, we would do a 10-minute segment and let some host come on and talk about something specific. Like today, it might have been about. It could have been about the Nobel Peace Prize, or it could have been about Israel and Hamas signing a peace deal for the hostages. Could be anything like that. But there was always a European segment in it. Yeah, but it always worked out really well. But anyway, on that note, I want to tell everyone good night. Hang out, stay tuned, go over and listen out Spaced Out Radio for a little while, and we'll see you tomorrow. So good night again, and thank you for listening to United Public Radio. News on the flip side, and we'll see all of you lovely people tomorrow. Tuned.